Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was.
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck y'all did. So much balls. There's too much balls on that rash. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Uh-oh. Hit it with a zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, go ahead. I'm listening. And he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby. Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here.
Hello, everybody. I know that I'm an hour late. I apologize. My family had to do Labor Day today. My sister came home. She's in the military. So we did Labor Day for her. And I apologize if that made you guys have a setback or you're going to be tired. I figured mostly everybody would be able to come later because tomorrow is Labor Day and y'all don't have school and you're able to stay up just a little bit later. With all that said, I'm just going to let everybody put everybody's comments in. Hello, Hiram. Hello, Tay. Hello, Icy. Hello, Joey. Hello, DeMonte. Am I saying your name right? If I'm saying it wrong, I'm so sorry. I always mess up people's names, and I apologize. And your name usually be the name that I either say right or wrong. It's always one or the other. But if I said it wrong, please forgive me. I'm going to just call you D. Okay? I'm going to call you D. I'm going to call you DS. Or hold on. Let me think of a name for you. Let me call you DT. I'll call you DT because that sound, it roll off the tongue a little bit better. Hello, Aaron. Hi, Nika. Hi. Hello, young boy Jay. I said it right. I call you Monte? Okay, I'll call you Monte. Monte's cool. Hey, King. Hi, Jamal. He said, I'm finally on time. Well, welcome. You is welcome. Quan, hello. Yes, I'm good. How are you? I hope you are good. Hello, No Limits. My sister came home and I had to spend some time with her and she's taking my nephew back. So we decided to just chill and eat and have a good time. So I came upstairs. I'm about 20 minutes. I got about 10 minutes. I can upload these pictures and we can talk about Worlds Collide because it was not what I expected it to be. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't what I wanted it to be either. What's up, Tay? This yours.
It's yours.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Well, where's the cover piece of mine? Junior, I don't think it's mine.
Yes, it is.
You sure about that?
Them.
Junior, this mine.
Yes.
This not mine though. That might be Uncle Jay's.
It's not auntie.
All right.
It's uncle.
Okay. What are you looking for, Junior? Okay. What else do you want? All right, y'all. So, I don't know anything about All Out, so I'll have to look that up. And I know everybody's not here for All Out, so I will get AEW. I will do AEW later. Let's get Worlds Collide out the way. I hope y'all enjoyed the pay-per-view. If you didn't, I don't know what to tell you. I know that it wasn't what I wanted it to be in terms of a pay-per-view, so there's that. But it wasn't horrible either, so I won't say that it was absolutely terrible. I won't say that. I expected more and I didn't get it, so that kind of sucked. But so let's start off with the first match. I was shocked with Worlds Collide outcome for UK for the most part. I should have really. Right, Worlds Collide was shocking. I won't say that it was shocking. It didn't really shock me. I just was upset. So Worlds Collide came on today at 4 p.m. It was an early time for a show, but it was a good show. Don't shit on Worlds Collide. I thought that it was great. I genuinely expected it to be better. I don't know what I was expecting, but I didn't get everything I was expecting. So let me tell you about the matches that I did enjoy. As I suspected, Ricochet versus Carmelo was where it needed to be. In terms of match quality, this was my favorite. It was very even kill for both of them. Like if Trick wasn't out there, Carmelo could have easily lost that title back to Ricochet. Like there was a whole thing going on with Ricochet and Carmelo that I really, really loved. And I just wish we could get like a best of 3 between the two of them or something at some point. I just was really, really, really in love with their chemistry and how well they worked together. Ultimately, though, Carmelo was able to retain his championship and still be crowned and still stay the North American champion because, you know, Melo, he don't miss, according to him and Trick Williams. As long as Trick Williams is out there, he not gonna miss. But just like Roman Reigns, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, so my next favorite match of the night was definitely the tag team match. The tag team match was fast. It was hard hitting. The teams, all 4 teams did well in this tag team match. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I liked how Gallus performed. I liked how Pretty Deadly performed. I love the Creed brothers' performance. And even Briggs and Jensen stepped up their game and did well. What I was expecting was after I saw Roderick get attacked, I figured it was Damon Kemp that was attacking, that attacked Roderick and was kind of putting the blame on Roderick. Damon Kemp pretty much cost the Creed brothers the unified NXT Tag Team Championships, and he really did like just screw Diamond Mine over. He screwed the Creed brothers over, and I guess on Tuesday he'll explain himself or we'll find out why. But I imagine he feel like he was left behind or he just, I don't know. What I think they should do when it comes to this particular story is, instead of having Gable Stevenson debut on Monday Night Raw, they need to pull him from the main roster and let him tag with his brother. They need to run as a team. And I think that would work out better in their favor with having them as a tag team rather than just letting Gable be on the main roster, which he has yet to debut. Let him be on the main roster and all that shit. Like, no, like, let him get his feet wet just like his brother is getting his feet wet. Because at this point, we know more about what Damon Kemp is capable of than what we know about Gable Stevenson. So I'm curious as to how this is going to play out. But I am curious, but I was satisfied with the swerve. Pretty Deadly, they are your new unified NXT Tag Team Champions. They won fair as you could in an elimination fatal 4-way. Lash came out there with them. Fallon came out there with Briggs and Jensen. So they canceled each other out and went to the back and was fighting. And it was left up to the boys. And eventually, Pretty Deadly took advantage of a situation that really had nothing to do with them. You can't be mad at them for it. You can only applaud them for being thinking wrestlers and being smart enough to capitalize in a situation that had nothing to do with them. And now, because of it, they are the NXT Unified Tag Team Champions. Mello versus Ricochet was great, but even though I'm not surprised that Mello retained or Trick Williams interfered, but I was so mad that Trick kept on interfering. Sigh, Worlds Collide was disappointing. I agree. I was not as happy with Worlds Collide as I was not as happy with Worlds Collide as I was with Clash of the Castle. I expected Worlds Collide to be amazing, and it was good. It just wasn't amazing. That's exactly what I was thinking. Put Gable with Damon, especially since a lot of people saying about Gable's in-ring skills. I don't know what people are saying about Gable's in-ring skills. I haven't seen him wrestle. According to Triple H, they pumped the brakes on Gable Stevenson. Really? So they kept his brother and didn't keep him. Interesting. I didn't know that. That's very, very interesting. So let's move on to the more disappointing matches. Outside of the men's, the final bout for the NXT for the NXT Championship, that was not I'll go there since it wasn't a bad match. Tyler Bate and Bron Breakker put on a very good show. I like their match. By then, I had soured on Worlds Collide, and I know that I shouldn't have. And I feel bad because I didn't get to watch it and really enjoy it the way I wanted to because of Mandy's match. But Tyler Bate and Bron put on a very solid match. They were back and forth. You didn't know who was going to win. It was hard hitting. It was fun. I will say it was fun to watch. And I did eventually get into the match. But ultimately, Bron Breakker was able to beat Tyler Bate and became the unified NXT champion. He has both belts now. I assume they're going to retire the NXT UK belts, which makes me so fucking sad because those belts are goddamn beautiful and they deserve to be seen, in my opinion. I hope that in NXT Europe, their belts are even better, because if NXT Europe's belt look anything like NXT UK's belts, I'm getting the female belt. Y'all kiss my ass. I don't care how much y'all talk about me. I do not give a fuck. Okay, I'm getting one of those belts. I'm getting it. And that's just the end of that. Okay. But Bron Breakker is the NXT champion. So congratulations to Bron Breakker. You put on a banger of a match. You proved why you're the NXT champion, why you're still on top of the mountain. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do with you now, because now we got a whole open field for you. And there's a lot of competitors who I feel could very well give you a very good feud. And one of them being Apollo Crews. With all that being said, let's get to the more disappointing matches of the night. And I know y'all probably gonna shit on me for saying this, but the women's matches disappointed me the most. I was bored in this match, and it wasn't because of Piper and Nikki. I was bored. I was bored. Hold on. My real problem with Worlds Collide was that there were so many options and they went with the same champs. Hey, Donnie, how are you? Yep. Ariel asked him about Gable Steveson in his interview, and Triple H says something along the lines of he's not progressing at the pace they were expecting. Okay. Brian was getting booed, wasn't he? I don't know. I didn't listen to the match. I was excuse me, y'all. I was cooking dinner. I had to bake, and so I didn't get to hear a lot of what the crowd was doing when Brian and Tyler were wrestling. So I don't know. Donnie says no, the women's matches weren't hit. Okay, so it wasn't just me. Okay, cool. It wasn't just me. I think all of us were bored. You wasn't the only one. Okay, so it wasn't just me. I wasn't alone. Okay. I just feel that order of the matches kind of threw off the show. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. Hello, Sweet Gaming. Hello, how are you? It was 50-50. No, I was bored. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't happy with this match particularly. I did like how the pace of this match. I will say that Kaden and Katana did keep up. They did keep up with Nikki and Piper, and I thought that maybe they did have some okay chemistry, but it was so odd to have Toxic Attraction come out there to me, and now they're going to have Nikki and Piper stay in NXT, it seems, to go after Toxic Attraction, or I don't know what they're going to do, but they did a backstage interview. I'm going to go and look at it. So I just wasn't feeling it. Am I happy that Kaden and Katana won? I'm gonna be honest, not really. I really wanted Nikki and Piper to win this match because I felt like having veterans with the tag team titles was really gonna make people step their game up. You can turn Kaden and Katana heel, let them run as a heel team. They can still do their rave gimmick if that's what the fuck they want to do, but let them run as a heel team for a while. And it seemed like that's where it was going, but it just, I don't know. I just wasn't happy with it. And I know that I kind of figured once Carmelo retained, I saw how this was going. And it seemed like everybody that was in NXT already was going to win that championship. They weren't going to give it to an NXT UK person. Now, I don't know exactly what that means for the titles. I mean, for NXT UK people who aren't going to stay. It seems like they're going to stay because Meiko Satomura is staying. She's going to have a match next week with Roxanne Perez, if you don't know. Blair Davenport was already there, so it seems like she's going to stay. And I'm hoping Tyler Bates stays. Or he gets brought up to the main roster with Pete. I don't know. I'm just disappointed. I'm really disappointed in the pay-per-view. And it was set up so sweet. And it just looked like it was going to be so much fun to watch. And it was just it just was not it to me. I just wasn't feeling it. Okay, let me go to y'all comments. I thought I was the only one, but I was being called a hater. No, I did not like this match. I thought that it was okay, but I feel like they set the tone with Ricochet and Carmelo, and that put them on such a high fucking pedestal, and it dropped down when it came to them. And I feel like they should have started the show off with them. Instead of starting off with Ricochet and Carmelo, that should have been at the top of the hour because it was such a fun match to watch. When I got done watching it, I was like, okay, they starting off the show great. This is going to be bomb. We finna have some fun. And then when I kept watching, I'm just like, this shit is ass. I'm like, I wasn't happy. I just wasn't happy. But when the tag team championships came up, I was like, all right, we got the Raw rolling. They're keeping it going. And then we get to the girls, and it just wasn't it. It just wasn't it. The only thing that was disappointing for me from this show was Mandy Rose becoming champion. The women's tag team match was a little disappointing. My Peacock was on some bullshit, so that set the tone for this pay-per-view. Oh, shit. Women's matches had me sleepy. I mean, they just weren't good. I'm watching AEW. Well, I hope you're enjoying AEW. I'm talking about if Braun was getting booed. Okay. My apologies, Kayla. Was my Peacock the only one, or at the beginning, NXT had some complications? I didn't have any complications watching Peacock. I was watching it on my iPad, and for the most part, I was watching it. I had no issues. When I watched it, it came in clear. I usually put the show on early so that the Peacock, I can be a part of the first set of people that is watching the show, and I won't get lumped into the end of the servers, because that usually sometimes causes lagging. So I usually put it on extremely early so I can watch it in peace. And for the most part, when I did that yesterday, I had no issues watching Clash of the Castle. There was no loading shit, nothing. It was clean. I didn't have no issues watching it today either. I put it on about 30 minutes before the show, which is relatively late for me. And it played clean, no buffering. So I was okay. I was so annoyed that Toxic Attraction came out. Like, why are y'all still here? Well, I mean, they're still a part of Mandy's faction, which I'm going to get to her in a second. But the girls, Kaden and Katana, they retained due to Toxic Attraction's distraction and keeping Nikki from getting in the ring to save her partner. They ended up losing because of them. You weren't the only one having problems with the Peacock situation, only because Braun and Tyler were evenly matched when it came to the crowd. And it's okay, Tip. Okay. Braun been having the best matches of his run recently. He's going to be so huge in the company in the next 5 years. When I was watching the kickoff on Peacock, it was acting up. I don't know. They must have beefed up their servers. So I don't know. They must have didn't beef up their servers. But like I said, Katana and Kaden retained their NXT Tag Team Championships. And then we come to the match that I hated the most. And really, they didn't have bad chemistry in the match. But MEIKO had a very strong showing in this match. And for the most part, MEIKO did most of the work. Mandy, she finally put in some work as a powerhouse like she should have been from the beginning. And that gave me hope. I'm like, okay, Mandy, now I can see you as a champion, because now you're going in, you dominating with BLAIR, you fighting her head on. This ain't no lazy, lackadaisical match, but there were parts of the match where Mandy was not selling right. There were situations where she didn't roll into the cell appropriately when BLAIR would hit a move. It just seemed like some parts she would phone in and other parts she would work hard on. When it was her time to shine and her moves to do, Mandy did them and executed them perfectly. But when she was on the receiving end, 90% of the time, Mandy was lackadaisical in the selling. Whereas MEIKO would sell her moves and BLAIR's. BLAIR sold her move perfectly and MEIKO's. And while we might give Blair Davenport all of the shade in the world for her behavior outside of wrestling, let's just talk about her wrestling, period. Her wrestling was clean. I didn't have any issues with her wrestling. She's an excellent wrestler. I would watch her wrestle with MEIKO by itself. And I know that she has a match on the network against MEIKO already. I would definitely watch her wrestle with MEIKO. I think that'd be fun. I haven't seen it, so I would love to watch it. But in my opinion, watching this match, Mandy was the weakest link in this match. She did have a strong showing in the middle of the match. She showed that she does have the strength to be able to be a powerhouse style wrestler. But for the most part, all we got was that running knee towards the end. And then she was able to pull it off and pin BLAIR for the unified NXT Women's Championships. And now we have to listen to her boast for the next couple of weeks until they figure out what they're going to do. I just hate this. I don't like Mandy in this regard, and it just fuels even more trash with her, and I'm just tired of it. I feel like this was unnecessary. I understand NXT was the home brand, right? And NXT UK was coming in and kind of invading, right? But the thing is, you could have had a strong showing with BLAIR. You could have let BLAIR be the one to lead in the new era of NXT 2.0, and you could have let Mandy drift off into the sunset wherever the fuck she was gonna go. I just don't like this. I'm not a fan of Mandy's like that. I gave her props where props is due, but that's all I'm gonna do. She's still the NXT Women's Champion, and everybody's happy, and I'm not. I'm just not. I didn't like it. I felt like the match, especially on Mandy's part, could have been better. It just wasn't a fun time for me to watch her win that championship. And I stand by what I said. I'm not going to watch her segment on Tuesday. So when it comes up, even if somebody comes out there, y'all probably going to have to tell me who came out there, because I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch her boast and scream, put some respect on my name. If you respect yourself enough to have the respect, then bitch, I don't know what you expect to get from me. Because all I'm going to do is tell it like it is and how I see it. I don't give a fuck about your titles. If you're not giving what it's supposed to be gave, then I'm just going to shit on you all day. That's what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm not watching anything she does. I'm not watching no segments. I'm not watching no matches. I'm not watching no promos. I don't want to see it. I've been seeing it for the past 200 plus days. I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired. And if anybody wants to bring up Roman and talk about Roman, I'll be honest. For the most part, when Roman comes on TV and he's cutting a long promo, I put the TV on mute because I already know what he's going to say. So I don't really listen to Roman's promos like that either. But it also really depends on who he's going up against and who he's talking about. Most of the time, Roman has the same rhetoric against every opponent, so I don't really miss anything with him, and she is no different. The difference, though, in between Roman and Mandy is that Roman has a certain swagger. Roman has a command of the audience. Roman isn't begging for your attention. He demands it, and he deserves it because he feels like he was there from the beginning, and he's like, you either gonna respect me or I'll make you respect me. You feel me? This isn't you need to put some respect on my name. I'm the champion. No, Roman is like, I'm the tribal chief. I run this company. Without me, there ain't no WWE. Do you see the difference? There's a difference in the bravado. She don't got that. So even if she did, I wouldn't believe it if it came out of her mouth. And I'm just tired of looking at her with that championship. I'm sick of it. I don't hate Mandy, but if Mandy was giving me what I wanted as a champion in terms of her wrestling quality and selling me the story, I would be like fully invested. Like I'm gotta see this to the end to see this bitch not get this championship. Mandy not doing it for me, so I'm out. I'm not going to watch it. I made a promise. If she was going to win these championships, then the women's division is a dead place for me, especially in the singles women's division. I don't know who they're going to pull up or what they're going to do to have her wrestle against eventually, because they have Halloween Havoc coming up, which will be her 1 year anniversary, if I recall. And then they've got NXT War Games that they have, and that's it until that would be it until Vengeance, which is usually in February, unless they decide to have a house show. A TV pay-per-view like Halloween Havoc. Other than that, that's it. She's gonna be champion. I don't know who they're gonna pull in to make champion outside of who they already had. I do not know. And at this point, I just don't care. MEIKO was the MVP of the match. Mandy was doing her usual mediocre shit, and I just don't know how and why they let that Jersey Shore looking asshole unify the women's titles. Now she a Jersey Shore looking asshole. Well, Quagmire and Kaden was supposed to be in a story with him anyways, but this route is weird, right? It just seemed like, well, wouldn't you cost Kaden and Katana the titles? You know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't they be the ones you cost the championship? Now, if you taking it as, well, I cost them the titles because I can't beat them, but I know I can beat Kaden and Katana, right? If you doing it like that, cool. But it seemed like they did it because they ain't from NXT and they want them out of there. But at the end of the day, whoever got the titles, it don't matter. Worrying about getting the titles back, bitch. What that it just seemed odd and out of place to me. Yes, that Mandy situation pissed me off. Like, are you serious? You did not need to call that girl Quagmire. He been calling her Quagmire for a while. I hate that Mandy retained. That shit was fucking up so bad on my TV. I had to watch it on my laptop. Wow. I really liked that, but the ending, that just annoyed me. Yes, I was like, Mandy girl, sell the moves. I noticed that immediately when she was outside the ring getting tossed into the steps. I know MEIKO had them training hard for that match. She ain't gonna look like no fool. Well, MEIKO wasn't the one who looked like a fool. Neither did Blair, quite honestly, and I don't even like Blair. But she did great. Blair and MEIKO did not Blair Witch. She probably liked that anyway. My brother really changed my view on the match. He literally said Blair was put in the match to be Mandy's victory. I have to agree with that. That is 100% true because they weren't going to let her pin Meiko Satomura. That just was not going to happen. Right? I was like, dang, she got that knee on Blair right after MEIKO hit her finisher on Blair. I was like, dang, she really about to win both belts and did. And I really don't even know who's left for Mandy to defend her title. At this point, I just don't care. They the ones who got to figure that shit out, not me. They got to figure it out with Roman, too. I don't know what the fuck they going to do, but they got a lot of work to do. At this point, the belt needs to be dropped to Alba. I could care less for a Nikita push. I forgot about fucking Nikita, to be honest with you. Right thing, they've been calling me a hater. I'm not tuning into her. I don't give a fuck what people say. I don't have to watch her. Just like y'all, a lot, not y'all who in here, but whoever disagrees with me not watching Mandy, y'all bitched and moaned when Ronda got her second title. You was mad because Charlotte was champion again for the umpteenth time. Y'all was in y'all feelings. When Bailey and Sasha was champion during the pandemic era, y'all was in y'all feelings, and I ain't tell y'all was wrong. You asked me why, I told y'all and explained why. But I didn't tell y'all was wrong for liking what you like and wanting to do what you wanted to do. Y'all shit on Bianca every fucking day. Say she don't deserve to be champion. She shouldn't have beat Becky. Becky is the better. Y'all do everything y'all can to justify y'all bullshit. So if you mad because people don't want to watch Mandy, that it's none of your fucking business. If you want to watch her, enjoy your champion and be quiet. Don't worry about what nobody else is doing. Because I'm not going on nobody else's page or shitting on nobody in no capacity because I don't care enough to do that. I'm on my page speaking my opinion about what I see. I'm not critiquing it on a professional level or on any other level other than my own personal opinion. And that's it. If you don't like it or you disagree, I'm okay with you disagreeing with me. But what we're not going to do is call somebody a hater because they don't care for the champion or they don't like something that they see. You're not going to like everything that you watch and that you see in wrestling. That's just natural. It's human nature. People's ideals and likes and wants shift on the daily. So y'all can relax on that. Let people like what they like. Let people say what they want to say within reason. I'm not saying that I'm done with the whole division as a whole. I don't want to watch Mandy Rose as the champion. I have sat through match after match after match after match with Mandy Rose as the NXT Women's Champion, and there has been no satisfaction for me in any of these matches. So why the fuck would I subject myself to some bullshit that I don't care to see? That makes no sense to me. You might enjoy hate watching, but I don't. So I'm not going to watch it. So when the bitch comes across my screen, I'm going to switch to If Loving You Was Wrong so I can keep watching the mess on If Loving You Was Wrong. And then when I hear or when I check back and see that she's gone, then I'll finish watching the show. If you got a problem, scratch your ass and get glad. I don't give a goddamn. Okay? Title to the next person. She got to. They trying to give her the Kaylee Ray treatment with the longest reign. She got a whole nother year to even come close to Asuka's reign. Asuka was a 2-year champion. She would have to be champion for a whole nother year. And while that may work in Roman's eyes, that may work for Roman, that shit will not work for NXT. Okay? It just won't. Did they put out the date for Survivor Series? No, they did not. If I hear Mandy say, put some respect on my name one more time, I'm going to drill a coop of screwdrivers to my skull or neck of Frankenstein. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up. When it comes to NXT, people kind of wish they would use different arenas. I'm sure they do. I was thinking at least one UK star would have got some love tonight with the W, but it seems like those UK stars are being absorbed into NXT 2.0, or they're going to be in NXT Europe at some point. They're going to get all new belts in NXT Europe. A whole new thing is going to go on. And maybe next year at Worlds Collide, we can have champions versus champions and have every belt have a matching belt in NXT Europe and really see who's the superior brand. And maybe NXT Europe will win that time. You know what I'm saying? I think they can make this a tradition. They just got to figure out the kinks and make it work. Plus, they got a lot of work to do for NXT Europe. They got to build the divisions. They've got to set up championship matches and tournaments. Probably. I'm invested in NXT Europe since I didn't really take the time to invest in NXT UK. I am going to invest in NXT Europe, so I'm excited for when it comes out. Yes, Survivor Series is in November. I mean, you can see that now. But I told everyone I was scared last night. He did. Every day they stay doing her wrong, and I can't stand that. Why in the fuck is Brie Bella versus Stephanie on Rivals? That shit wasn't all that to be given a special. Well, apparently it was something to somebody, Tirza. It's not for you, babe. So you don't have to watch it. You're not obligated to watch it, love. I just let them have it. Let them have it. And I'm not watching it because I was there. I don't need to watch the backstage of it. I saw it play out. So I'm okay with not watching it. But for some people, it means something that, Stephanie McMahon and Brie Bella had a rivalry. It means something to them. I think Bianca should be heel. I like Bianca as a heel or a face. So it really doesn't matter to me what she is as long as she's on television. But as of right now, she's doing exceptionally well as a face. So I'm not really mad or sad about it in any way, shape, or form. Whoever thinks Bianca doesn't deserve to be champion, your mama should have swallowed you. That's a mess. I've been saying the same thing. I think she works great in both roles. I really do. That's why I said it doesn't matter to me what she does. I think she's an excellent heel, but she's also a very good face. She's solid. So I don't care what she does as long as I see her on my TV screen. Agreed, Tirza. It was a one shot. Somebody enjoyed the rival and they made it into a thing. So I just say let them have it. Let them have a little moment, because to me it didn't really mean anything. It was just another rivalry, and it was cute at the time, and then now and it's over. It didn't really stand out to me as something that was a major rivalry in history. You know what I mean? Like it didn't do that. So I didn't understand why that was picked as something that should have been on Rivals. But if that's what they wanted to do, I mean, live your best life. But in my opinion, Stephanie had rivalries with fucking Sable that made more sense to do a rivalry story on than she did with Brie Bella. That rivalry with Sable went on for months, and it was volatile, and I loved it. It was so fucking trashy, but it was just so good to watch. Yeah, she's better as a heel. If you like her better as a heel, I'm okay with that. I love Bianca whichever way she decides to deliver herself. I love her that way. If she wants to be a heel, I love her. If she wants to be a face, I love her. I support her regardless. Bianca is doing more than fine as a face, and no one defeated Asuka. Sis relinquished it. Yes, she did. When Mandy wins, I play Tired by Kelly Price. I was actually thinking about that. And what if Shayna or Asuka came back to beat Mandy? Or I heard Sonya too. I mean, if that's the case, cool. I'm not mad about any of those options. I just think it's about time she goes heel. That's okay too. I'm not shitting on any of that. I just like Bianca both ways, if that makes sense. I meant to say couple and say. It's fine, Kayla. No, thank you with Sonya. She can stay her ass on SmackDown or off my TV screen, preferably. You really don't like Sonya these days. Her glitter cut eyebrow, child. Anyways, will NXT Europe be on TV? I don't think so. I think NXT Europe will stream on the Peacock network, as did NXT UK. I'm not sure though, so don't quote me on that. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but I don't see USA Network investing in NXT Europe the way they invested in NXT 2.0. I don't see that. Not How Does He Know the Song? Not Tired by Kelly Price. Jesus, child. Probably not for us unless they pre-recorded, right? I think it's going to be streamed on the Peacock network. It might have that same Thursday time slot, but I think NXT Europe is going to be streamed on the Peacock network. Stephanie got ghetto back in the day. Oh, honey. Everybody kikiing, but how does Hiram know that song, child? I tend not to ask, nor do I care anymore. I do not care. Preferably. Probably because someone made him do homework. Why you gotta leave Hiram alone? Leave Hiram alone. I wouldn't mind Sonya coming down to beat Mandy. I feel like that is such a low blow for Mandy to lose her championship. Somebody from the main roster had to come down to beat her. Let that sink in. Hello, Brandy. It's that Janet Jackson effect. No, it's not. I agree. Because of the Medea movie, and I like that song. Well, there you go. Janet and Kelly do two different things, very much so. I would mind as well, respectfully. Okay, so this is the part where I'm gonna go into some of AEW stuff. So I know some of y'all are not AEW fans, and I understand that. I'm not sure if All Out is finished. It's 10:13, so I would imagine that it isn't. So I'm just gonna run down the matches that are finished. Okay. I'm just going to run down the matches that are finished. Now, if you came in late and you don't know about the pay-per-view for Worlds Collide, I'm going to run it down really quickly and let you guys know about Worlds Collide's winners and my favorite matches, and then I'll go to All Out. I don't know the outcome, the actual lingering of the matches for All Out. I have no idea. I do have an inkling about some things because I have been sent some things, so I will touch on certain things. But other than that, some of you in the comments are going to have to help me out, and I will pull your comments up in a second about All Out. But my favorite match of the night was Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes' match for the North American Championship. North American champion is still Carmelo Hayes. He retained. He had a lot of interference from Trick Williams, but for the most part, Carmelo did match Ricochet bar for bar. I cannot wait to see how they're going to capitalize on that and what they're going to do with Carmelo in this championship, because at this point, he's blown through much of the roster, and the only person left that he hasn't wrestled is Grayson Waller, Cruz, and Zion Quinn. And he hasn't wrestled Wesley. Wesley wrestled Trick Williams. So, and he hasn't wrestled JD McDonough. So there's a couple people he hasn't wrestled yet. And Axiom. He hasn't wrestled Axiom. So there's a couple people that he could still go up against and still wrestle. But he hasn't wrestled everyone. Let me see these comments. I say I got 12 comments in here. Jesus. Let me see. Janet, what? Nobody disrespected Janet Jackson Tirza. Relax. No one disrespected her. He said it's that Janet Jackson effect in response to Hiram not knowing anything. Or what happened was Don asked how Hiram knew about Kelly Price, and as the comments progressed, Rico was like, it must be the Janet Jackson effect, because the last time we talked about this, we made Hiram listen to Janet Jackson. So that's what he's referring to, the Janet Jackson effect. Nobody was disrespecting Janet Jackson. Calm down, sis. I don't want you to get hypey for no reason. I wouldn't mind Sonya coming down to beat Mandy. That's a disservice. I 100% agree, because NXT has the people who can do it. You do not need a main roster girl to beat Mandy Rose. You need an NXT girl to beat Mandy Rose. I already tried to call her off. No one made me do homework. I told y'all do no music. I just don't know the name of the music or the artist. Only thing I heard was Jade and Athena match was 4 minutes. Tears of no. Rico know, but he don't know too well. I want Lash to beat Mandy. Lash isn't ready for the NXT Women's Championship. Rick and Hobbs match was 5 minutes, and Jade versus Athena was 4 minutes. Boy, please, you do not be knowing music. When you know something, you could forget, but you always know. To elaborate, what I meant was us making him do the whole exploration into Janet Jackson might have caused him to venture out into other notable female artists. That's what I was saying. He was talking about how we had him listening to Janet Jackson, and we talked about it on live. I think it was some time back, and that might have made him do even more research into older artists that he may not have been familiar with. That's what he meant by the Janet Jackson effect. Because she was getting ready to go off. Dara said the girls who get it, and the girls who don't. Carmelo beat Waller in a title match. I didn't know he had a match with Waller at all, but okay. So Waller's out. Tirza, no one was disrespecting Janet. No, they weren't. Basically, and he ain't got it, so he don't get it. Leave Hiram alone. If the sound's going in and out, I apologize. I really do. Carmelo did have a match with Grayson, right? I don't remember. If he did, I apologize. I really don't remember. She said, I'll put the fire back in the dragon. Relax, babe. He's not coming for her. Relax. I was about to be publicly beheaded over a misunderstanding like we in some medieval times. Child. Janet got me together, especially when I be smoking. Janet got some fire music. I never shit on Janet Jackson. She was always putting out good music, always had some of the best music videos, dance-wise, choreography-wise, and just plot looks-wise, the overall concept. Like, she right up there with her brother with her music videos. I always loved Janet's music videos. And I loved it. I've always been a big fan of Janet's. I'm not as big as a fan as Tirza is, but I am a fan of her music. And I had her number ones album. I had a couple Janet albums, and then my dad has Rhythm Nation on vinyl. And I used to listen to it a lot. It was one of my favorite albums to pull. Sorry if the sound is going in and out. I apologize. But I told my other group chat, I don't get the Janet versus Madonna shit, because at what day and time can you consciously say that Madonna was better than Janet? I will never say that, because I didn't like Madonna's music enough to say that she was better than Janet. Never. Child, Tirza was about to go to war, okay? That bitch could never. She can't even get the same lash tech as Janet. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, Tirza, because Janet be nasty. Athena versus Jay was 4 minutes, and she did that whole podcast talking about how WWE limited her and how she was so excited. Okay, y'all, let me get through these matches for for Worlds Collide, and then we'll get to All Out. Melon did have a match with Grayson, tricked him, because Grayson tricked him into a match and still lost. He did. Y'all are right. I apologize. Carmelo is still your North American champion. I guess we'll have to wait and see who's going to be his next victim, because they say Melo don't miss. And as of right now, he has not missed. And you still have the Raven Chin twins as the tag team, NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Good for them. Mandy's the NXT Women's Champion. Pretty Deadly are the Unified Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to Pretty Deadly. And Braun Breaker is your Unified NXT Champion. So congratulations to Braun Breaker. All right, so let's move into All Out. Like I said, I know a lot of y'all don't generally care for AEW and some of their matches, but I do have people who follow me who actually watch the match or watch the show and enjoy AEW. So I'm just being fair, and out of respect for them, I will do it. I know that I said that I would never talk about AEW, but I have been asked to talk about All Out a couple of times, and so I just decided today that I would oblige, especially since Worlds Collide was so shitty to me. I just wanted it to be better than what it was, and it didn't give me what I wanted. So I'm going to run some of these matches down, and I'll let y'all tell me if they were good or not. I'm going to look on Cage Side Seats so they can tell me the results of these matches. But here we go. Okay, so it says Ortiz and Ruby Soho versus Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello, the current AAA World Mixed Tag Team Champions. This was a tag team championship. Wow, I didn't even know they had mixed tag team titles. They're just collecting belts. It seems Sammy Guevara beat and Tay Mello beat. What the fuck is this Tay Mello shit? Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti beat Ruby Soho and Ortiz. Okay, and from my understanding, they broke Sis's nose in this match. Her nose was broken. They say she was leaking everywhere. And it kicked her in the head or whatever. I'm not surprised because Sammy Guevara is not exactly the safest worker. I know that he's had some blunders, and so has Tay Conti, if you really want to be real. So I'm not really surprised to hear any of that. But they say you can hear Ruby's nose crunch at the end of the match. So I guess it is what it is. It was a Great American Basher in your house. Waller almost had Carmelo beat. Oh, okay. So that was when Wesley came in there and attacked Trick, and that led to a distraction. Y'all are right. I'm sorry. And it was in the ladder match. He was in the ladder match. He almost died in that ladder match. He did. My favorite Janet song was All For You and Anytime, Any Place, Anywhere. It was Anytime, Any Place is the name of the song. Not Melon. Never fucking ever. Janet was always the better singer, dancer, and actress. Better at everything. It's Anytime, Any Place. Tears a girl, heal. My favorite Janet song is Would You Mind? Don't ask Don no favors because he got a list with 80,000 songs on it. He has so many songs on his playlist that my ass could not load the damn playlist. That's how many songs he had. Anytime, Any Place is my shit. I go from that to TLC, Take Our Time. I love the movie with Janet and Tupac. That's poetic justice. I saw on Twitter Ruby broke her nose badly early on in the match and had to be taken out. Apparently, her nose is broken. They say you heard it crunch, and that's messed up. But I don't know what happened, but it's fucked up. Mello is part of her real last name. I don't really care. I mean, her name, she could be Tay Boo Boo the Fool. I don't give a shit. There's nothing about her that screams interesting to me. She's a boring ass bitch, and her husband is just as boring as she is. But if this is what you love, I'm not gonna shit on it because it's probably somebody who don't like watching what I like watching. So I won't shit on it. I'll just say Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti, because that's what I know her as, won the match against Ruby Soho and Ortiz. Hook had a match. He's the FTW Fuck the World champion. He beat Angelo Parker. Pac defeated Kip Sabian. Eddie Kingston defeated Tomohiro Ishii. Is that how you say his name? Who is the to be determined person for this match? That is fucking weird. So this person is wearing a mask in this casino ladder match, and he won. They calling him the Joker, but he won the casino ladder match. This is interesting. Anyway, let me read some of y'all comments. I'm going back to some of y'all comments about this, and once I get to the bottom, I'll finish and let y'all comments come in about AEW's All Out. All right, Sammy dropped Ruby on her head early on, and then Tay broke her nose at the end of the match. Well, Sammy let Ruby just fall on her neck. He didn't even try to protect her. Ruby can't catch a break, man. I know. I really, really wish that Ruby was just waited to pull the trigger and just had been able to come back to the E. I just feel like she would do so well underneath Triple H's regime right now. It's unfortunate, but I'm glad she was at least able to be on the card for All Out. My favorite Janet song is Because of Love, I Get Lonely, and You Want This. Hold on a second. Talk about a double homicide. That was terrible. Oh my God, Stormfire just became women's interim champion. I mean, that was expected. That's her name? Stormfire? I thought her name was Tony Storm. I'll hook you up on the playlist. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Tirza. I didn't know the name. I mean, she signed a contract. That she did, my friend. I can't even lie about that. Sandwich and Cunty, when the gopher marries a chipmunk. This nigga here. God. My bad, Tirza. It's okay. They say it's MJF in that mask, and he might cash it in later. Well, if it's MJF, cool for MJF. That would be a nice swerve for the company to have MJF win and then cash in and be champ. Good for them. Don sent a reel in the group chat that shows both instances. My favorite Janet song has to be Enjoy. All right. So there's a mystery man in this ladder match, and since the pay-per-view is still going on, we're talking like they haven't even, they must have gotten down to let me see if they updated it. Yeah, they have. Okay, so they've got 4 matches left on this card, and it's 10:30. This is fucking ridiculous. It's 10:30 at night, and they still have 4 matches left on the card. So the Elite defeated Hangman Page and the Dark Order for the trios. So once again, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are now champions in AEW. This I'm not 100% on board with that, and it really has nothing to do with my disdain for the Young Bucks or anything, but the reality is I would imagine that you would want the trios titles on somebody that people really can get behind, and Dark Order is a group that people really have been behind, especially since Brody's passing, and I just felt like that was the perfect time to give them something of substance. They missed the mark on this one. They should have gave it to Dark Order. If they weren't going to give Dark Order the opportunity, then Best Friends was your best option to give this championship to. The Young Bucks, for God's sake, did not need to be the trios champions, and definitely not the first. I feel like that is a played out trope that could have gone in a different way, and you could have really banked on Best Friends or the Dark Order and Hangman being your starter champions for those trios titles. You really could have focused on that more. But, live your best life. So I hear Jade Cargill defeated Athena in 4 minutes. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised, bitch. You don't got the sauce. So they're not going to put the championship on you for what? What are they putting it on you for? Jay has the brawn, the power, and the skill. And she's earning that skill every single day that she's in that ring. Every time you see her in there, she improves. Whereas you are coasting on the fact that you're an excellent wrestler. And you think that that somehow was going to get you through the door and make you a champion. Well, it looks like you're going to fall to the bottom of the totem pole once again in company number 2. So you can't say that it was WWE holding you back, sis. Oh, no. It's you, bitch. And it's always been you. And I just want you to know that. And I hope you feel that because it's you. It is not them. It's you. Okay? Congratulations to Jay. She came out there dressed as She-Hulk. And I was like, you better serve them, bitch. Okay? Jay was giving you everything dressed as the She-Hulk. Okay? But Athena, a goddess you are not. You ain't got the swag nor the style. You just don't have it. You're a good wrestler. I will give you that. But at the end of the day, you bring nothing to the table other than being one of Triple H's pet projects. And to be quite honest, let's keep it all the way real. I'm going to keep it 100 with you, as you would say. You are a hussy who has no personality, and your greatest claim to fame is that you're a blurred. And even in that genre, you're at the bottom of the totem pole, which says a lot about you. Oh God, it does my soul good to know that you are failing and it isn't anyone's fault but your own. Oh God. Oh my God. It just makes me feel right. It feels right. It feels right. Anyways, let's move on. FTR, Dax brought out his daughter for his match, and she was so cute. She was so cute. The crowd loved her. She was so cute, y'all. She looked so freaking cute. Oh, I was like, oh, it warms my heart. It warms my heart. So it was FTR and Wardlow versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. So sad for Motor City Machine Guns to be attached to Jay Lethal's bald-headed, weird-looking ass. He is a weird motherfucker. I don't care what nobody say. He is a weird-looking bitch. He got more spaces in his mouth than a parking lot. Okay? And he just built weird. His head shaped weird. Ugh. He's just a weird motherfucker. And so FTR and Wardlow beat Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. Unfortunately for Ricky Starks, he was bested by Powerhouse Hobbs, and Swerve in Our Glory defeated the Acclaimed. And now we have Toni Storm as the interim AEW Women's Champion due to Thunder Rosa being down per her injury. So I don't know what they're going to do in terms of Toni Storm, but she beat Britt Baker, Sheeta, and Jamie Hayter for this interim championship. We just going to have to see how this plays out. Let me put some of y'all comments in. Rico said, let us laugh, child. Because they said she was the only one to beat Jay. 4 minutes, Jay beat you. I don't see how that's possible. I wonder if you're going to go on the podcast and talk shit about Tony Khan and him. Let me stop making fun of her, because God don't like ugly, and he sure ain't too particular about pretty, honey. Tiffany with her evil laugh. Nah, because she was saying some really fucked up shit, and she was being really petty, and I felt like you could have been more professional than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she deserved that. I'm sorry. She did. Bestie, the bitch was in you all along. AEW better not try and run this back, because no, let's move on. If they do, that's their business. I have nothing to do with that. I'm only going over this because that's what I was asked to do. That's the only reason why I'm going over it. And they gave it all the hype. Months of buildup. We must giggle. Tiff, did you see what happened in India today on that roller coaster ride? Nope. Have no idea what you're talking about. Jay Lethal looked like he jerk off to anime. He probably watched hentai. I'm 100% sure that he does. He's a weird motherfucker. I don't care what anyone says. I hope all them people were okay. I didn't see any of that. I prefer not to talk about anything that murdered anyone. Just so we're clear. This is like the third interim champ in the past 2 months. Lamar, all these people getting injured because they're not training enough. Well, injuries happen. I won't say that it's just because of AEW, because there are plenty of injuries in WWE and in NXT. But however, they, from what I understand, not sure if they changed it, but even when the Nightmare Factory was there, like they only trained once a week for a match. So I would imagine it all rests on the superstars for you to be able to fix your match so that it fits right. And if they're able to put on a match without training much for it, that's pretty fucking good. But at the same time, they really should, because you could have solid matches with just practicing how things are going to go. You could really set things up to be great. Why would you bring up a trash event while we're talking about wrestling? Oh, thank you. Can I have the cord for this?
Yeah.
Did y'all put the food away?
That's what I was doing. Putting the food away and rearranging.
I wanted a hot dog. Did they make any of my 5 stars?
Yeah, they did.
I wanted a hot dog. It's open.
Sorry.
Night, Crystal. It's okay. I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff during the show. Injuries happen, but this shit is.
Bring you hot dogs. I have to give a whole key.
Can I have 2?
Yeah.
Injuries do happen, but this shit is too much. Oh yes, very much so.
Yeah. What you want?
Just stadium mustard. Oh, babe, can I have some pickles with it? Pickles and stadium mustard.
What pickles?
The sliced ones.
Oh.
The Mount Olive sliced ones. Accident happened, but when your promotion is an accident city, then something in the milk isn't clean. I wouldn't call them. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. It's a situation of things happen. But it's gonna happen more frequently when they don't ensure that they have practice matches and really taking things to a new level. When they don't do that, that causes issues in certain matches. So they need to make sure that they have clean matches. And for the most part, they have been able to do that. But with that match card being so fucking massive, it's huge. They had a huge card for All Out, and they always do this. Y'all are watching wrestling for hours. Like, y'all watching the buy-in, the 0 hour, and then you start the show. While they've only been going technically for 2 hours, right now they still have 3 matches left. They still have 3 full matches left that they have to do. House of Black has not gone up against Sting, Darby Allin, and Miro yet. At least that's what this page says. Bryan Danielson hasn't wrestled. Chris Jericho, and Jon Moxley hasn't gone up against CM Punk. You've got so much shit packed into this. It's ridiculous. But now I'm getting it that Christian Cage beat Jungle Boy. Let me see what y'all comments are saying. Christian Cage and Luchasaurus just destroyed Jungle Boy. Oh fuck, that's sad. I feel like they could have gave Jungle Boy. They could have gave Jungle Boy the win in this. Why would they let Christian go over on Jungle Boy? Why didn't they put Jungle Boy over? Y'all don't have to explain this in the comments because I don't understand it. I don't get it. Somebody has to tell me something. Because Christian's not the one who can get the push. It's not him. Like, why would they give it to Christian? It was in front of his mom and sister. Are you fucking kidding me? Christian Cage and Luchasaurus just destroyed Jungle Boy. Keith and Swerve was beating the fuck out of each other in that tag match. I was like, what the fuck, please? Why were they fighting each other? I thought they won. Wait a minute. Steven, you focus on Keith Lee and Swerve match. Young Boy Jay, you tell me about Jungle Boy and Christian's match. Okay. Steven, why was Keith Lee and Swerve beating each other up in the match? Like, how they gonna beat each other up and they was champions? Did you write that wrong or am I reading that wrong? Were they beating up the Acclaimed? Is that what happened? Because I need to understand. I need to understand, honey. Christian got the win. Christian also blew a kiss to Jungle Boy's some dirty fucking shit. Jungle Boy just can't catch a break. Jungle Boy deserves better than that. Come on. Danielson versus Jericho is on now. I know. I saw the lineup switch on cage side seats. They're really quick about that. And Jungle Boy was in front of his mom and sister. Do none of these AEW fans got work in the morning, babe? Even if they do, they going. Not what y'all have for dinner. Tears. It was very quick, and Luchasaurus put Jungle through a table in front of his family. But why? Like, why? Most of them don't because of Memorial Day from what I saw. Yeah. Why were they fighting each other? I do not understand. So what y'all have for dinner? Oh, babe. My mom made mac and cheese, which I still... They're probably going to cuss me the fuck out because I have not sent her mac and cheese. I want to wait until I'm going to wait till the winter. I'm going to make some. I'm going to freeze it solid, and I'm going to ship it overnight. And hopefully you'll get it and it won't spoil. But my mom made some mac and cheese. My dad made baked beans. Thank you so much. My dad made baked beans. My husband made the hot dogs and hamburgers. And we had some potato salad that my sister made, which was fire. So we had picnic food because my sister's going home tomorrow. We was going to celebrate Memorial Day tomorrow, but because my sister's going home tomorrow, we decided to do everything today. Ew. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Labor Day. Thank you. I don't know why I'm getting it mixed up. I'm sorry. I meant Labor Day.
What did you say?
I said Memorial Day.
Oh, shit.
I meant Labor Day.
Fries unbeaten 14-inch pancake stack counts. That is a big ass fucking stack of pancakes.
Yeah, it is. No, I'm sorry. They just kept hitting moves on each other in the match. Like, it was crazy. Keith knocked Swerve out in the ring. Swerve knocked the fuck out of Keith. Jesus.
Wait, thought they were tag champs.
Mm-hmm. Jericho can go fuck himself with 7 knives. Here's a baby. Relax. Now I forgot about Memorial Day again. I meant Labor Day. I'm sorry. Y'all know what I meant.
Oh, Jesus.
I know I'm spacey as hell. Not my cousin. My cousin asked me. I'm sorry.
No, I'm pushing it back.
When was Worlds Collide? Well, Tears, I had some barbecue and then I went to my 1-year-old niece's birthday party and had some cake. Oh, happy birthday to your niece. This is the 5th time this week I've been reminded that it's on Monday. I'm like, sir, it already happened. Labor Day, you mean? Yeah, Labor Day. If I messed up, I'm sorry. But today was Bay Day. It is Beyonce's birthday. But I'm not celebrating another person's birthday. If they ain't got no direct connection to me, I'm going to just tell you, have a good day, babe.
His birthday tomorrow.
Which one?
Jason.
Was he here this week?
Mm-hmm. He was here.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be 35 tomorrow.
Hmm.
They're a year younger than me.
Cousin's getting old.
Yeah. Shit, actually be 40 next year.
The singer who sang Danielson to the Ring was off real bad. Ooh. Happy birthday to your nephew, Tirza. A lot of people don't like the AEW match card. They felt like some matches was just thrown together and some of the storylines were rushed. Happy birthday to your nephew. Oh my God, I always mix up Memorial Day and Labor Day. I'm so embarrassed. Don't be. I mess up all the time. Trust me. Why ain't y'all stop me? Cause these motherfuckers ain't stopping you. Period. Tip, what do you think is next for NXT? I really don't know. I feel like NXT has a lot. They have a long way to go. And they definitely have a massive road ahead of them that they can decide what they want to do. I'm not quite sure of what decisions they're going to make, but I can say that I'm very excited for them. The commentary on this Stephanie and Brie rivalry is better than the actual rivalry. Girl. The fuck did he need a singer for? Child, I don't know. AEW tried to get me to pay $57 for just one pay-per-view. I had to watch it off an illegal page. To the beat of Can't Feel My Face by the Weekend, I can't feel my hand when I lay down, and I don't like it. Ooh. You might want to stand up, babe. I would never give Mr. Snow Boogers and his company money. They should have never gave you niggas money.
Not Snowbook, yeah.
Not you watching it, Tears of Child. Right. They were charging $47. I was so confused. Like, sir, shave $40 off that price. Not at $7.99.
Damn.
Not at $7.99, Jared.
Said shave $40 off that price.
You know what? She said, I'm watching it for Stephanie, honestly. I love Stephanie. Stephanie is that girl. She always has been. She always will be.
Who?
Stephanie McMahon.
Oh. Why didn't you go with it? Hit the damn button. He just went right past me.
Right now, $47 for a pay-per-view? Hell no. Hey, WWE used to charge $34.95.
Then it went up to 40.
Then it went up to 40, and when they started doing HD and SD,
70.
it was 70 for the HD and like 40 for the standard.
Mm-hmm.
That's the standard price for a pay-per-view.
Ain't nobody trying to watch no damn pay-per-view on no PlayStation 2 graphics.
Okay. Dinah's fucking stupid. I mean, if he shaved $40 off the price, it reflect the quality. Oh, you ain't shit. It gives cheap Asian buffet. Oh my God. I wouldn't even pay that much for WWE. 47 or higher for a pay-per-view. No, are you fucking kidding me? When Survivor Series came around, Survivor Series,
on the pay-per-view, it was more
than that. Survivor Series was an $80 pay-per-view. SummerSlam, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, WrestleMania, and Royal Rumble were from $80 to $100 for the pay-per-view.
On HD.
And it was on HD. If you watch it in standard, it was like $60 or $70 because they were premium pay-per-views. Yeah. But regular pay-per-views went from $40 to $70. You can still buy a pay-per-view on cable right now. You're gonna pay $40 for it. Extreme Rules is gonna cost you some money. Mm-hmm. You want to watch Extreme Rules and not watch it on the Peacock Network? Fine. Then you're going to pay $70 for it. Y'all are spoiled. Truly spoiled. Right. Because there was a time where a bitch could only afford the cable and not the pay-per-view. Right. Okay? And we had to dream of what happened. Okay? We had to hope against hope. When they came out Monday, that was kind of the beauty of watching wrestling. Because you couldn't always get the pay-per-view. No. So you had to wait until that Monday or that Saturday to see, that Friday to see who won. Yeah. Because you didn't know. There was no internet. At least not in that regard. If you was a part of the forums, then you would go on the forums to find out who won. But I didn't have that. So we had to wait. We was like, oh, that pay-per-view was great. Pay-per-view happened today? Yeah, man, you got the pay-per-view? Niggas was charging bank so you could watch the pay-per-view at their house. All right? It was wrestling or boxing. Mm-hmm. You either went to people's houses to watch wrestling or boxing. And bitch, if your ass was coming to somebody's house to watch wrestling or boxing, best believe you was putting in on that pay-per-view.
Depending on the event, who was fighting, maybe $10 to $20 ahead at the door.
Tyson fights? Shit. That was money. Niggas would bank off Tyson fights, and them bitches would last few seconds. The undercard would be nice.
I remember my uncles ordered a Tyson fight. My grandmother's house. They all went in for this. My uncles and some of my older cousins. They went in on the fight. I'm down there because they ordered pizza. So they called me down and said, AJ, we ordered some pizza for the fight. We want a couple slices of pizza. You can come down and get you some. So I came down there, I'm talking to them, and I'm going back upstairs because, again, it's an adult party. I'm not supposed to be there. Again, normal place. But as I'm getting the pizza, I see the fight happen. 30 seconds, my uncle was livid. He went to go get water and came back. The fight was over.
Wow. He missed it all.
He like, what happened? He just hear everybody yelling in the living room. He come running in there and talk about why AJ he ain't supposed to be watching this? They was like, what were we supposed to do? We called AJ to get the pizza. By the time he grabbed his food, the fight.
Child. Back in the 90s, pay-per-views were $19.99 and WrestleMania was $49.99. She is right about that. And you had to call up the cable company to order it and watch it on the pay-per-view channel. What a time. That is the truth. It was in the 2000s when the prices jumped because it became more popular. That was around the time of the Attitude Era. And that was when everything started to shift. TV show was more raunchy. It was more like, Jerry Springer-ish. You know what I'm saying? So things cost more because demand was more. And they made sure to squeeze every penny out of every fan that they could. That's how they became this big global icon. It truly was a phenomenon that we were a part of. When you look back on it now, you're like, damn, I was alive during that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool. I remember when we couldn't afford pay-per-view, so you'd watch Raw to find out what happened. That's what I was just saying. Because I couldn't afford pay-per-views. Okay, remember they wouldn't even show us clips. We get pics with commentary, right?
You get the stills.
Right? They would not show us the clips.
They show you like a little clip, and then right before the end,
it go black.
The screen to go black, and then you just hear the count, and then the crowd react.
Like they do now. That's how they would do. You would just get the stills, though. Child, you had to hear through the grapevine, and that was if you lucky, okay? I remember my mom would buy packs of VHS tapes from the dollar store and record the pay-per-views so we would be able to watch them back. Man, it was fun. It was good days. And now we can find it all on YouTube. Innovation. I don't know. It takes some of the fun out of it because people are know-it-alls now. And instead of just enjoying it, they want to pick it apart. Some things require you to pick it apart. Others, you're supposed to take it at face value and enjoy it for what it is. And that's why I still, out of all the pay-per-views and the shows of wrestling that we watched for this week, I was so blown away by how well done Clash at the Castle was. It was executed properly from match to match. Now, whether you were invested in certain matches is totally up to you and your personal preference. But Clash of the Castle was one of the best pay-per-views of this year next to WrestleMania. It was so much fun to watch. It reminded me of why I love wrestling in the beginning. And it really, really took me back to a time in wrestling where I was fully invested and thought it was real and was just like...
Did Tyson Fury do anything to Drew when he was out there singing?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was one of those, it just took me back to a time when I was a kid.
Press conference at the end of the show.
Yeah, they did. Where I thought the wrestling was real. When I used to think wrestling was real and it was my world, okay? Like wrestling was everything to me. So that it brought back that feeling again. And I'm going to forever be grateful to Triple H and everybody at the E for that because they did exceptionally well at Clash at the Castle. And I expected a lot for Worlds Collide, and I didn't get it. It wasn't a bad pay-per-view, but it wasn't exceptional like I wanted it to be. So, yeah. I remember my family hosting a WrestleMania 24 block party on a Sunday. Really? My mom, aunts, and grandmother watched WrestleMania 1 in the movie theater because it was only being broadcasted on closed circuit TV. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
That is nuts. Yeah, they do WrestleMania in an IMAX theater now. That shit is probably a knock.
Hell yeah. Especially their entrances.
Mm-hmm.
And they can make it interactive.
Yeah.
So they
like they show WrestleMania
like they AR graphics interact with you.
They do that shit like the IMAX theater at the IMAX theater at the Science Museum. You ready to show certain movies there?
Hell yeah. We went.
Mm-hmm.
We watched them climb Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me. Scared the shit out of me. Jericho beat Bryan Danielson. Really? What is going on? I want to understand why Christian beat Jungle Boy. That's what I want to understand. Girl, I'm getting AEW info from the show. It's not good. I thought All Out was a good pay-per-view. Where's D? He usually be in here. I didn't yell at him this time.
Oh,
It's my phone.
I say, damn, was that me?
No. They fat shamed Keith Lee. At this point, I'm not surprised at anything. I mean, look what he said about what was her Anna Jay? Was that her? I'm just over it. Then they do SummerSlam at the movie theater. I think they played it in the movie theater, but I'm not sure. I think they did. That's such a weak read, and it's not even a read. It's not even a read. Oh my, he is so fucking whack. Like, they are so whack. God. Vince designed it so you weren't able to watch it on TV in your home. You were only able to watch it in theaters. That's fucking cool. But I'm not doing that now. You're gonna make it so I can watch it at home, bitch. Or we're gonna have fucking problems. Because I don't want to be in the theater yelling and people telling me to be quiet. People trying to compare All Out to Clash. So once All Out is over, I mean, you can compare it all you want to, but Clash of the Castle was a complete show from start to finish. I don't know about AEW's All Out. I can't say that. But All Out seems to be very jumbled and convoluted, in my opinion. Then Sammy and Tay damn near killed Ruby. So I heard. I ran down the winners of All Out, but I was just trying to figure out what the situation was with Luchasaurus and Christian Cage, and why Christian went over on Jungle Boy. Like, it to me, it doesn't really make any sense to me. But I don't really know the story too much. I know that they had a history, and it's been like a long time coming, but not a Judas effect. And they women at the way back in these copy pasted renders. Well, I mean, this is their render. It's not mine, nor do I care about how they decide to put it up. Other people don't care, so I'm not going to care. Jericho won because he kicked Danielson in the dick, and then he did that lame-ass Judas effect. Oh.
Such a beautiful name for a shitty move.
Right? Well, it's no different from John Cena's punch.
Yeah.
It's no different. I call it Dry hates this anime that screams and goes, Pegasus punch.
This freaking God, I can't remember the name of the damn anime, but the main character, every time he do the movie, is Pegasus mid-air punch. He says it like that every fucking time.
Oh god.
I'm just like, for the love of God, please stop doing the movie. He's the main character.
Ooh, here, throw this away. Do we have any more ginger ales? It was pretty bad. Thank you, love. I didn't get to see the spot. I know that Alexis sent it in our group chat so I can see, but I didn't get the chance to look at it. I'm going to look at it now. Hold on. hold, please, ladies and gents. Really quickly.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you when I get on. Now Julio made me a Scorpio, and I might hit your phone up with that ba-ba-ba. Listen, my da-da-da. Listen, that all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these bitches and hugs and toxic. You a damn drug, toxic. If you don't wanna see me, if you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I once did the heartbreak change me, baby, but look at where I ended up. I'm okay already, so moved on, it's scary, I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, don't show up, don't.
Welcome.
Okay, I watched the clips in the group chat that Alexis said. That shit is brutal. That is fucking brutal. I've never seen anything like that before. I've seen people botch, and it's an honest mistake. You know what I'm saying? It's an honest mistake. But this right here, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. That was horrible. Ruby was holding her nose the whole time. Tay Conti pinned her. This is my problem. Okay. This is my biggest issue with this. And this is why I say what I say. Look, when you're... What's wrong?
Good night, bro.
Good night, Junior.
Hey, you gotta lay down and get some
It's
rest.
okay. It's okay.
I know, but you gotta get up in the morning.
You have to go, okay?
Okay.
Go to bed. Did you take your medicine? What about your liquid NyQuil? Did you get some?
Yes.
Okay, Junior. I love you.
Me too.
I'll see you soon, Junior.
On November.
Might be sooner than that. Your mom might be coming for Nana's birthday. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
On
October 10th, after she comes down to see you.
okay.
Be a good boy, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll see you soon. Make sure you take some cookies, okay?
His mother know they down there. She'll grab them before they leave.
Can I bring my tablet this time?
No, Junior, you can't have your tablet. You have to focus on school.
Okay.
Go to bed. Dry, do you see the fingernail clipper? I'm really disappointed. I'm not gonna shit on. Okay, I am. I'm gonna be honest.
It's like, I'm not know what the fuck I am.
No, I am, because this is where I have a problem. I am okay with giving AEW a pass to do what they want to do in terms of their matches and their storylines. But where we draw the line is the safety. The safety is where we have an issue. I understand that wrestlers want to be able to have fun and just go out there and put on a good show. But when you are not being careful and you're not paying attention in a match and you injure somebody, that's a problem for me. It seemed like Tay Conti was more concerned about getting the fucking win than making sure that her opponent was safe in this match. You fucked up. You fucked up, bro. And then Sammy Guevara drops the girl on her neck. It's like, Jesus, you didn't even look. You didn't even look. You're not supposed to do this. Y'all got to have more respect for your opponents than this. The biggest problem I have with Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti is their bravado. You motherfuckers is real big in the dick for somebody who ain't got shit, ain't never been shit, and ain't did shit. I don't care how many titles you collect. You bitches are regular as fuck. Y'all are bland as plain yogurt, bitch. And y'all out here acting like y'all the biggest thing since sliced bread. Hold you on TBS. Let me paint a picture for you so you understand where I'm coming from. You work in a niche market of sports entertainment, which means you're at the bottom of the barrel to begin with. And I'm not trying to shit on AEW. I'm trying to put it into perspective. You are not as famous as you think you are, B. You're only famous amongst those who know about wrestling, which is a smaller world than you think. Y'all really need to get your head into gear. Y'all are injuring people. You're not taking responsibility in your matches. You really need to do fucking better than this. This was lazy. This was dead ass wrong. And Ruby did not deserve that shit. Mistakes happen in a match. I'm well aware of that. But Tay Conti did not have to knee that girl in her face. He did not have to knee that girl, and she did not have to knee that girl in her face. And then Sammy Guevara dropped her on her neck. I saw the video. He just let her fall. It's irresponsible. This is reckless. Y'all could have really hurt. Now she injured for real. She done broke her damn nose because of you. Because y'all want to flex in the ring. You're not even worth it. I don't understand why you got the fucking titles to begin with. Or who dropped them to you. I don't get it. I don't understand what AAA's love affair with AEW is, but in my opinion, they're not getting anything out the deal by putting their titles on AEW dudes and females. But y'all live y'all best life. Do what the fuck you want to do. It wouldn't be me.
If I was people wrestling for the company, I'm mad at the motherfuckers because I didn't work my ass off against this damn belt, and here these motherfuckers come and y'all taking the belts from us.
It wouldn't be me. And the crowd is dead. If you let people in, let me know. I don't like watching shit like that. I don't like that either. I'm not watching that. I didn't like watching that. That was horrifying. And I'm not even trying to be funny or to be over the top or just be like, oh, you guys just have to understand. No, because if it was only once in the match and it was, it's an accident. I can understand that shit happens. But 2 botches happened in this fucking match. It's the same match with the same people that are known to do fucked up shit in matches that have been known to botch on many occasions, which
girl, I've been on Twitter on and off tonight. People are shitting on this show like super bad. And then when I found the clip of Ruby and the ref's mic picked up her crying. And if you listen, you hear her go, "It's broken."
that's fucked up.
And then the whole crowd is dead because they know something just fucking happened. And Tay and Sammy are in the ring celebrating. And Tay asked her if she was okay, but that's when you hear Ruby. Like, Ruby is crying. Like, I know I shit on the girl for a little while, but like, she's fucking crying. No, because I would have. You don't do that shit. That is not cool.
You can hear her crying.
You can hear her crying.
Oh hell no!
You hear her crying, and I can swear you hear her say, "It's broken."
Jesus, that's fucked up.
Now he just dropped her. You could go on Twitter right now. You can go on Twitter right now, type in Tay Conti and Sammy Guevara. Those bitches better be glad they have us blocked because I am ripping into them again next episode. Like, this is not cool. Gunther and Sheamus could have killed each other yesterday, but they didn't because they could. That's fucked up. It's so fucked up. And this show has been really weird because Jericho won over Danielson, and then they had that casino battle royal thing they do in All Out. or All In or whatever the hell it's called that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And so, at the end they have the Joker, which is like, surprise guy, or, the guy who set the win, or, comeback or whatever. It's some dude dressed all in black, head to toe, and he's got like some weird like skull monster mask on.
Well, they said that it's MJF.
It should have just been MJF then. He comes out completely dressed, and then he doesn't even get it. The guy who used to be in Diamond Mine, who's over in AEW now, the Michael Bevins, that's the only name I know him by.
Stokely.
Yeah.
Stokely.
He just fucking hands it to him. And the crowd is the crowd is dead. Like, that has been one of the biggest issues of the show. The crowd has been fucking dead through most of it.
But why?
So according to Twitter, because this is where I'm getting most of my stuff, the people who are bored are just not being entertained. They don't like the fact that, of course, all the ex-WWE guys like Jericho and Christian are going over, even though they don't need to. Ruby got hurt. Like, a lot of people saying that when Ruby got hurt, that took them out. Because honestly, it's okay. Well, I gotta dust the top of these pictures. Damn, they're dusty. I didn't realize that. They just said that, like, a lot of people after Ruby got hurt, a lot of people just are bored with it. People are getting hurt in this show, apparently. I'm trying to take in everything at once because I'm not spending my money on this bullshit. But people are getting hurt. It's botchy as all fuck. It is botchy as shit.
This is just getting ridiculous. Now, I don't have a problem with y'all existing, but goddamn, like, y'all got to clean this shit up. Y'all been in business long enough to not have these kinds of botches on television.
They've been on TV. Let's see, it came out in 2019. Yeah, because I watched the first show because their first show came on pretty much the week we moved into our house. So they've been on TV for quite a while, but they were doing pay-per-views beforehand, and y'all still ain't got your shit together?
Even still, they have wrestled long enough to not wrestle like this. That's reckless. No better. Sammy Guevara just let Ruby fall on her fucking neck.
And then he's gonna come out. Then he's gonna come out and be like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do it." Bitch, yes, you did. You can't use that excuse because you were the one fucking holding her. Her neck could have snapped. And sorry if I sound like I'm getting mad over someone I've never met, but this is fucking reckless. When I played roller derby, we didn't allow players like this. People who would just hurt people. Because accidents happen. But I saw a girl get hurt, and the girl who knocked her over stopped what she was doing and skated back to her and was trying to help her off the rink. This is insanity, and it's not funny. It is not funny. And they still haven't gotten to Moxley and CM Punk yet.
I know. That match has just happened. They just put in the comments that Miro and his team beat House of Black.
Why the fuck? Why?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why Jungle Boy lost to Christian. And nobody's in here trying to tell me. I'm gonna text D.
I know
Instagram.
You're gonna text him?
We lost Alexis.
You're gonna text him?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Why do you even have his phone number? I shouldn't say
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. Okay.
I don't have his phone number.
I'm about to say, what?
I don't have his phone number.
Hey, Tirza.
Hi.
Damn, what is going on? Why do you keep getting kicked out?
Is it me?
No,
Oh, okay.
she was just in.
I'm not touching my phone because every time I touch my phone, it goes crazy.
Okay,
So,
Darby pinned Malachi. The
um,
show's too long to not allow the crowd a
I
moment to
don't
take a
watch,
break.
of course, I don't watch AEW, but like I was seeing some of this stuff on Twitter as well, and like the first thing I saw was that Ruby spot, and it's like a clip that I saw was like maybe 20 seconds, and I saw he had her up and take kicked her, and then he just throws
He
her.
just dropped her.
It wasn't like a wrestling throw where she had time to like tuck her neck. Nothing. He just tossed her, and the way she landed was it was bad. It was bad, and I was like, that's so not good. And like I get it, like accidents happen, like these are trained professionals. They know the risk that they're taking when the second they step through those ropes. But at this point, it's about safety. And you have to know how to work and to work safely. And if this is a thing with them to it seems it's a consistent thing from what I'm hearing. And I feel like they shouldn't even be put into matches, let alone be holding titles with shit like this.
Yeah, they did say that
Like, it's
he.
not okay.
I agree.
It's not. It's
Malachi did bow to the crowd, and he blew a kiss to the crowd, and then he left.
I don't think he's coming back because I know he asked for his release and he's been asking
Everything
for
that's
his release.
happening, everything that is happening, especially over the past couple of months, maybe the past 2 years, like everything that is happening in this company is the exact thing that I said was going to happen.
Here's what you said it. The dirt sheets have said it. We have said it multiple times on the show. It's not a surprise. It's more like, well, we fucking called it.
I didn't want it to happen, but I knew it was gonna happen.
And I'll never forget. I will never forget it. The last was it live event I've been to, or was that SmackDown? I think it was a SmackDown I've been to at MSG, and this was like back in September, and AEW I think was going to be in Jersey for the first time that following Wednesday. And I'll never forget it. I was waiting in line, buying my merch. I'm waiting to buy my stuff, and these two guys like, yeah, like we're gonna go see AEW on Wednesday because they are on fire right now, blah blah blah. And I was like, I give it 6 months. I give it 6 months. And they're like, oh, stop! You just saying that. I'm like, I give it 6 months before things start hitting the fan. And within that 6 months, Cody Rhodes has left.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes has left. They've had several interim champions.
Yeah.
People are
You know what?
asking for
And
their releases. People's
because it's not
contracts
the
are not being renewed.
because
Everything that
here's the
I've
thing,
said, everything that
girl,
I said was gonna happen, and I said it as soon as CM Punk showed up. I said it's only a matter of time.
She
It's
did.
only
I
a
I,
remember.
matter of. I said it, and I
I
said that
remember
because CM Punk.
He's a
There,
cancer.
there are too many people in the kitchen. There are too many egos in that company. Everybody
exactly.
wants that top
Exactly.
spot.
Told you.
I said
Everybody.
the same thing. I was on a podcast last year around this time.
Ooh,
It was either Kings of the Ring, it was Kings of the Ring podcast. And we were talking about CM Punk because that's when he was rumored to coming back, or no, he had just came back. And I said it on their show. Once Punk wants that title, the honeymoon phase is going to be over because Tony Khan's going to drop everything that, everyone or whatever, and he's going to focus squarely on Punk. And everything that has been said from Swole, Joey Janela, Marco Stunt, anybody who has been released or left AEW on their own accord, they have said the same exact thing. Their stories match up. It is absolute chaos back there. There's a bunch of old heads don't know what to do to get in touch with the new crowd. It's very cliquey. People are backstabbing. And I'm not saying WWE's locker room's kumbaya or whatever, but look.
It's better than it was.
I can work with, look, if I have to work with
it's
you.
It's healthier too.
Yeah,
right,
they're not. It's cutthroat. They're not cutthroat because everybody has a singular goal.
Right.
To answer this question though,
yes.
it started to fall apart
when Cody left
about a year ago. Around the time that CM Punk got there, it was already starting to wane off before CM Punk got there. CM Punk provided the boost, but I told you then, Tears has said it, Alexis, everybody, all of us.
I saw the writing on the wall when they started signing WWE guys. The very thing they said that they were not going to do.
Yep.
I was like, nah, CM Punk
every single person they released, they fucking scooped up.
As soon as CM Punk got there, I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good. This isn't going to be good. And the reason why is because he's not about the locker room. He's going to masquerade as if he is. He's going to tell the story as if he is. But he's never been about the locker room. It's never been about the locker room as a whole. It's always
that's the difference between AEW and WWE. WWE, of course, like everybody is wrestling. Like everybody wants to be champion. Everybody wants that top spot. The difference is they know they have to work together to make it work.
Right.
Because it's not going to survive off of the back of one person. Even Roman, who's at the top of the food chain, he can't do that by himself.
No. And it's like
it doesn't work
it's
like
also
that.
It's also just like, say, like, for example, I'm gonna take me and Tears for example, okay? Say like me and her were in the women's division and we didn't, like, we're not friends, we don't really talk, but you know, when it comes to work, you know, we're like, okay, cool, whatever. We go out and make it work. I don't necessarily have to be her best friend. We do our job. We go home. We don't have to see each other for the rest of the week until we have to go back to a show or whatever. That's all you have to do. But like all the backstabbing and shit, like this is insane.
Because
and everything
in AEW, it seems like everybody is in business for themselves.
Right.
And that's where you go wrong at. Like everybody is just only there to protect themselves, collect their money, and like if you want to do business like that, that's fine, but that's never going to make a company work and run the way that it should be. Why do you think WWE has been where they are for 50 something years?
Yeah, in the E, when that was happening in the E, we saw a lot of people not get opportunities because of other people wanting to be at the top. When you think about the women's division, Michelle McCool was known for stifling females, so she put herself at the top. That cut a lot of people's shit off. Like we didn't, we didn't get to see a lot of things that we would have saw. Like Awesome Kong would have had a decent run in the E had it not been for Michelle McCool and her jealousy.
We could have had a female WrestleMania moment. Decades.
We could have had it. We could have had a lot of things if it wasn't for her and her selfishness. Nowadays, people are willing to make sacrifices to make things go the way it should. Think about what Sasha did for Bianca. I'm not saying that Sasha gave Bianca anything because Bianca earned it, but to give her a match with her as the main event, that is historical. But Sasha was willing to do it,
and Bianca
for the
being
betterment
the
of the
rookie, right?
women's division as a whole. It wasn't about her getting her moment. It was about the moment itself, and that's
even
where
Bianca
it's
says
difference.
That. Every time I see that clip of them standing in the ring. And it's the main event, and people are just losing. I fucking get goosebumps. I cry. It's like seeing it for the first time all over again. And it's just like
I cry every time. And then that live that Tiffany did, like after it, like
oh my god,
I couldn't even keep it together.
Girl, you were crying like every other word.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I couldn't.
But that's the thing. It's just like everybody, a lot of the people back there. See, WWE has a thing now where a lot of people in that locker room knew what that backstage used to be like, and they're seeing the new. I don't want to say the new generation, but like the new people coming in, and they want to change that. They don't want to keep that pattern going. And AEW, it just seems like, it's like Sammy Guevara getting away with body shaming Eddie Kingston. He didn't get suspended, but Eddie did. I get it. Eddie punched him, but like Sammy provoked him. You have the Acclaim coming out here saying some horrible shit. You got people running around the locker room trying to get their voices heard. You got Jericho doing whatever he wants. And then you got Punk. What the rumor was that he wasn't even going to show up to work. So it's like, I want to look at Tony Khan and be like, if I'm going to take you seriously as a businessman, where the fuck is your control on this company? Why the fuck are you letting people go out there who shouldn't be going out there in matches on your top pay-per-view of the year? Why are you letting them coming out here? And I get it. There were botches yesterday at Clash of the Castle, but they weren't like this.
They were few and far between. And
they
really,
managed to cover their asses up when they did.
The botches was with Riddle and Rollins.
And mostly it was just Riddle.
It was just.
And the thing about that, you said Riddle, the match, if there were any botches, I didn't even see them.
You had to
but I know why that is, because they know how to fucking work.
Because I was just watching Seth kicking this guy's ass, and that's all that really mattered to me. But then people were like,
I didn't even see them.
No, I didn't. It's just, it makes no sense. It fucking makes no sense. And like, I'm so mad still about the Ruby thing, because we have come for Sammy Guevara, and people are still saying all this shit. And it's just like, when the fuck are you guys going to wake up and realize this company is not everything that you've been force fed? It is not the land of milk and fucking honey.
Karma works in ways that when it comes around, it's going to get them good. And they're going to get theirs. I don't know how it's going to happen. Whether it be professionally or personally, it's going to happen. The way he got with Tay Conti, that's karma in itself.
Oh, okay? Yeah.
So they're gonna get theirs. They're gonna get theirs. I don't watch AEW. I'm not wasting my precious time, my eyes, my views on nothing they produce. But Ruby didn't deserve that.
She did it.
Not by
she has been
any
getting punked
means.
out ever since she has shown
Not
up
by
in
any
AEW.
means. And if I was Ruby, I would have to leave, because I know for a fact
they're not gonna let her out if she asks.
If she gets her release, I can almost guarantee Triple H pick up that phone and call her.
Well, word on the street is that a lot of people, not even before Hunter, so let's just say this because everyone still wants to throw out contract tampering. Even before, like, all this was going on, word on the street was people were trying to get out of their AEW contracts because they realized they had the better deal at WWE. Even if they just sat at home for 4 months, they were still getting the better. They were still getting a better fucking deal than what they're doing now.
I tried to tell them that before, but everybody was jumping on me, talking about that's dumb. And if they want to,
I wasn't. I agreed with you.
I tried to tell y'all, it's not always, you gotta bide your time. Not everything is meant for you to happen at once. Sometimes you gotta take a couple hits. I'm not saying you have to be a doormat and you gotta let people walk all over you. Because in Bray Wyatt's case, he was very much right about how he felt. He got the short end of the stick because his feud shouldn't have ended the way that it ended. And then it was the booking.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vince was not fully invested in Bray Wyatt's creativity. And while I get it, sometimes Bray Wyatt can be a victim of his own creativity. Even Triple H said it himself. He does need to be reeled in. He has to be grounded with somebody who thinks more on a logical spectrum than an artistry spectrum. You need to have both sides in order to keep the balance. Okay.
This isn't 19.
And
This isn't
Vince didn't have
1990.
both
You can't
sides
have.
though.
You
When it
can't
comes to
have a
certain people.
supernatural character like the Undertaker running around anymore, and that's what they were
But
trying to
you
make Bray
can.
Wyatt.
You can have Bray Wyatt as a supernatural character,
You
but
can.
he can't. He's not going to be able to do what the Undertaker did. He just has to do it differently. The problem is some of the things he wants to do is not going to be able to be done on a publicly traded company like in the E. He's got to be able to calm the storm, is what I'm trying to tell you. There are ways to do what he wants to do without going full on artist with it. You can't do that. You can't go full method. You've got to find a balance in between the artistry and logic. It has
And
to
the
make
ways
sense.
that worked, Vince didn't want to do because Vince was super set in his ways also. And
That was a
and
problem.
he probably had that like, oh well, it's my company and did I say goals type of an attitude, and that doesn't work either.
Exactly.
Like you got to have a good balance of both, and I feel like when it came to certain people, Vince didn't have that, or he cared to have it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and he just kind of let it go by the wayside, which that was on him. Like he has his faults. Like we all know Vince McMahon is a piece of shit, but like he created that company. He created what wrestling entertainment is today. So even though he has his limitations, he still had enough wherewithal to understand how to market that company to get it to where it is and put on a product that worked for years. Now, later on down the line, towards the end, that wasn't the case. After like 2016, 2017, things started to shift and change. And we're just like, okay, what is going on? I kept telling y'all then, things are going to start changing. There are going to be some drastic changes. There are going to be some subtle changes. But y'all got to roll with it. Y'all going to have to give things time. I'm not waiting. I'm going to AEW. Fuck it. Take your ass over there.
All right,
I think Britt Baker is overrated.
She is.
I agree.
I think she's highly overrated. You know what? Let me not even say. I'm gonna be quiet.
There is favoritism
I don't know why,
running in that back locker room. I'm telling y'all.
I'm not gonna be quiet. That's true.
And then
I'm not gonna be quiet.
And that's what I was saying even before they came on TV. And people are like, oh, stop being a hater. You gotta give it a chance. You haven't even seen it yet. And I'm like, no. Like I know what's gonna happen. Like I can see it. I've been watching wrestling since 1990. And I've been through all phases, all times, or I know a train wreck when I see one.
Not a train wreck. Oh, Jesus.
Like
early 2000s
I know it.
WCW.
I know a train wreck when I see one. You have someone, Tony Khan, who is a fan first, and that can either work against you or work for you. And it's working against him in ways that I said it was going to happen. Why do you think Cody Rhodes left?
Cody left because they didn't stick to the vision. And Cody wasn't going to stay anyway. I don't believe for a
And
minute.
Cody was like, I'm not playing second fiddle to CM Punk. I'm not playing second fiddle to Daniel Bryan. I'm not playing second fiddle to Chris Jericho. I'm not playing second fiddle to Daniel Bryan.
Again, I don't believe that shit at all. I don't believe it at all. I think he knew what he was doing. I think he did what he wanted. He was like, I'm going to help set this company up. And then when the time is right, I'm going to take my ass back to the E and take over. And Brandy was like, all right, I'm with you.
I wouldn't say take over.
Well, no, like here's what I would think. I think when Cody
I wouldn't
and the
say
Bucks,
take over. I wouldn't say all of that.
When his ass become champion and he had to
be a star, yes.
WWE,
we'll take over it.
Look,
nah.
I just think of this with all that. When Cody and the Young Bucks and Omega, I'm putting all like the bullshit aside. Okay. When all of them decided they wanted to start a wrestling company, they wanted to do it because they wanted to start another wrestling. Like, I will never take it away from them that their first ever pay-per-view was done on a dare by Dave Meltzer, and they managed to shut him up because they sold out. I strive to be that level of petty, so I will never take that away from them. I think they all had a vision of what they wanted this company to be. They wanted it to be a place where indie stars could get seen on TV, which was a wild notion because Ring of Honor was shit at the time. They had and Impact was barely hanging on at that point. Like, there was nowhere else really to go. So to get on a major platform like they did when they first came out, that was amazing. But somewhere along the line, all the bullshittery started coming in. And this was way before CM Punk.
Hell yeah, it was.
This was way before, because the first couple pay-per-views, were they the best? No, but they were pretty good. And then it just from like, they debuted in 2019 on TV. And ever since then, that is when the bullshit has been started.
Because you know what it is?
They lost their flagship channel. Like, and it's nothing good's been going on for them. And Tony is just sitting there thinking like everything is fine, hunky-dory, there's no issue. Bro, you're having an issue. You're having an issue right now, and you need to grow up or get your dad to help you, because your company, as you like to call it, is about to go downhill and close.
He can't even manage the company he has.
But giving indie guys a platform to perform is a great concept, but that concept gets shifted when you want to put them on TV, because at the end of the day, if a channel is acquiring your product, you have to deliver. So it can't just be wrestling. There has to be some form of entertainment, because entertainment is where the dollars and cents are. No one is going to sit and watch people doing holds all damn night. Like, that's boring. And I think that's where WWE, whether it's good or bad, they excel at that, because they know what they're doing. And that aspect.
Like, for you kids who don't realize this, and
these indie guys don't know what they're doing. Like, they don't know how to play to the camera. Like,
but they're not teaching them that
more
either.
to the crowd.
But they have all those guys. They have all those guys who have been on TV in the past.
Teaching them that.
And why aren't they teaching them that? They know better.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
Okay, like
I said, they don't know what they're doing.
When you watch the show, like I watched one, and like this is how I know it was like really weird, because my dad used to watch
Donnie Burkhart? Sorry,
back in the day.
That's Don.
Oh, Don! Oh shit! Hey! Oh my god! I know it was you.
He was in the room one day and he was watching it, and he was like, Tiffany, the only person I recognize is Jericho. And I'm like, okay, Dad, well, that's AEW. This is the new company that sprung up that I have been talking about. He said, okay. So he said, okay, I'm gonna watch it for a couple weeks. Now I'm gonna tell you what I think. I said, okay, I left him alone. He came back to me and he says, I don't really like AEW like that. He said, it's a little chaotic. I can't really catch what's going on. He said, I've been watching it consistently. He said, I've been watching it consistently he watched it for a month straight. And then they had their pay-per-view. And then they came back and he watched it one more week. And he was just like, I can't get into this. He said, I don't know what the hell is going on here. He said, I can't understand what is happening. He said, I don't know why they're feuding with this person. And my dad watched it from the first show. So the very first TV show he watched, and then he watched it on for a month. So I'm like, well, if he can't understand what's going on, then it's very clear that something is off here. And I was like, that's not good, because my father would be considered a casual fan. So as a casual fan watching it, if you can't understand what you're looking at, then there's a problem. My mother was out. My mother watched it. She was like, this is not good. She was like, they don't.
Ain't no rules to this. She said they making up their own rules in the matches as they go. She said they get outside the ring, nobody counts. I said, Ma, they don't do that in AEW. That's not
My mom said
the
the same thing.
She was like, she
My
said,
mom
Tiffany,
has
there
been a
gotta be
fan
some
forever.
structure. There got to be some structure. There got to be some rules and regulations to this. They can't just be wild, wild west. I'm like, well, on the indies, it depends on where they wrestling and in the promotion. Rules change by the promotion. She said, yeah, but this is one promotion.
Right.
So it should be a rule across the board for all of their matches and how it should flow. I said, you're right, but that's not how it is in AEW. It really depends on the ref, how that match goes.
Oh my God. And the refs are horrible too.
So I was like, once I heard that, and I was just like, okay, then I'm not crazy. Something is wrong here. I watched it. I'm like, this show is chaotic. I can't understand what's happening here. And then on top of that, the feuds are not consistent enough on television for me to stay focused. It'll be like 2 or 3 weeks in between sometimes I see it pop back up on TV. And I'm like, okay, I remember, like, yeah, they had a feud a couple weeks ago, but they ain't been seen on TV. And if you didn't watch Dark, you would miss a whole chunk of the feud.
You know what the fucked up thing is? The fucked up thing is Dark used to be the better show. I would always tell Tiff and Nicole that Dark was the better show.
That was before Dynamite premiered.
No, it wasn't. You was watching Dark right after Dynamite premiered. It wasn't before. You was watching BTE because they was having conversations on BTE. That's where they would do the little starters for their pay-per-view.
What's
Being the elite.
Oh, BTE. Okay.
But that was during Dynamite. That was when Dynamite was running consecutively. They would have Sonny Kiss on Dark regularly. They did. That's where he was.
Then all of a sudden he had a feud. A couple other people had going feuds, and then it will be weeks where you would hear nothing.
Yep. Daryl had that.
Wait, what?
So when Daryl
my mom
worked
said
in
the same
Nashville,
thing. My mom has been she's been a wrestling fan since the beginning of time, and one of her favorites of all time is Sting. Like every promotion he's been to, she would sit and watch it. And I remember growing up, I'd be in one room watching Raw, and she'd be watching Nitro. Like she, like Sting is her guy. So I told her that Sting is on AEW, and she's like, "Wait, what?" And I said, "Yeah, watch it." And she was like, "Oh no."
my dad was surprised Sting was still wrestling, but then again, he was surprised Ric Flair is still alive. So,
oh wow.
Damn.
No, so like, okay, no, like I'm gonna show some of our ages here.
Don't make tears come, please.
Jesus. I'm
No,
sorry. It's the COVID cough.
I'm just gonna show some of our ages here. WWE has been on USA Network primarily because they did go to TNN because there was a contract dispute, but USA wanted them back. You have to pay your dues because for the longest time, Tirza and Tiv can vouch for this. Raw would be moved to later on in the week because of the Westminster Dog Show.
Or they would just show them on a different network.
Right.
For the time being.
Or they would, like, I remember it would always be Raw on Fridays, and I was excited because at that point, Raw was 2 hours, and that meant I could stay up and, Punk won. Good for him. So wait, is he champ again?
The title?
What was the whole point of Moxley? I give up.
God.
What the fuck was even okay, let me just finish what I was saying. But you have to pay your dues as a company. WWE back then was not pulling ratings, but they were being steady with it. And then when the Attitude Era hit and the Ruthless Aggression, that's when you would see them. They wouldn't be moving that show for nothing. So he won the title. What was the point of Moxley even winning it then?
Jesus Christ.
What was the point of Moxley even winning it then? Jesus Christ.
I need another drink.
Who won the title? Punk won.
CM Punk.
Okay, I'm not surprised that was gonna happen.
With his fucked up foot?
His foot not messed up. That was all a kayfabe thing. He was never injured.
So wait a minute. So
why the fuck didn't they
the
just
last
have
time
this
they
on
fought,
this fucking pay-per-view?
I'm confused. The
Moxley
last
lost.
time they fought,
Moxley
like
won.
no, but wait. The last time they fought, he lost in like 3 minutes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So why did they do that?
I don't know.
For
I don't
what?
know. I
I
guess
guess
to
to
get
extend the feud to make it a feud. I don't know.
well, why
But
couldn't
why
they just
have him
wait?
lose? Oh, I can't.
Mox became the first two-time AEW champion, and did they just want to do that before CM Punk got it?
I guess that's
Like,
a good
that makes
good assumption.
see. This is the bullshit that we're
But why does
talking
CM
about.
Punk
How the
need to
fuck
be
does this
champion?
make sense?
You know what, Tirza? That's an even better question because I
Why
feel
does
like
he
he
need to
didn't
be
need to be
champion?
champion. Quite frankly, I feel like
He's fucking. You know
MJF
what?
definitely should have been champion before his ass was champion.
All I see is former WWE guys holding on that.
And
belt.
there hasn't
Yeah.
been anybody other than Omega and Hangman that wasn't in the E at some point holding those titles.
Wait,
I
MJF
also-
is there?
I knew he was the guy. He was the guy in the black. He was the Joker character, right?
Why didn't he just come out as MJF then?
I guess that was their way of killing us with kayfabe for like almost a year. So
Wait, what?
challenge him for that title.
It shouldn't be this complicated
MJF
to
is
watch
back.
a show about people
Joker.
in spandex beating each other up.
Well, MJF was the Joker character, so okay.
Yeah.
He's next
Did
up in
he
line.
wait?
I guess after
Did
that
he
shit he
mask
caused.
himself?
What'd you say?
Did he take the mask off, or is that just
I guess he
speculation?
took it off. I'm not sure, honestly.
Because last I saw, there was like, oh, like the Joker didn't take off the mask, and now it's some sort of a mystery. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, he kept it on. And now he ripped it off, and it was.
Oh, he took it off.
MJF.
Okay.
So
When
MJF
did he take it
is
off?
going to be the one to beat CM Punk. I
When
don't
did
know.
he take it
I
off?
mean, I'm pretty sure.
In the back? Like,
I mean, if they said it that way, then sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was better than having MJF sit at home for months. I think part of that, what he did when he came back from that pay-per-view was real. And I think they were able to work out things behind the scenes. And now they've promised him something and they're going to make good on it. So he
better.
doesn't leave.
He
So
better.
now he's going to probably be AEW champion sometime next year. Wait, Full Gear is still this year.
I think they got one more. They have one more in November, and then they have like Full Gear. Yeah.
Yeah, they have Full Gear, so they got one more
Oh,
pay-per-view. I don't think CM Punk. If CM Punk keeps it, I'll be shocked.
Because
yeah,
CM Punk just needs to stay out the ring altogether.
fucking Tony Khan needs a goddamn wake-up call. That's what that man fucking needs.
You know what's another thing
I ain't too worried about it. I'm gonna be honest.
I find very telling is it always baffles me how Tony Khan always feels the need to tweet things and like be on social media, and it's like you don't
be a
need
businessman.
to do that.
Be a
Like,
goddamn
hire
businessman
a
or be a
person
fan.
to do that for you. That like you never saw Vince tweeting, "Oh, we did such and such numbers," and like because he didn't give a like.
And that's
You don't see
like,
Triple H doing that. You don't see Stephanie doing that. You don't see
Like,
anybody from WWE.
They'll do it like in a way where it's kind of like it's
fucking lick his blood, and this is
Okay.
it's fucking COVID out here.
I can't.
No, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Ew, that is
I
disgusting.
can't. I'm getting over COVID. I can't even.
You're
I can't
right.
even.
That's nasty.
Why are they doing this shit?
Mox, that's nasty. That is
Like you got wife and kids. Like what the? Like, ugh.
I am not
That's-
finna lick CM Punk's blood. I'd rather die. I'm not finna do that.
Mm-mm.
This
What the
is
fuck?
this is
Ugh.
absolutely ridiculous. And you know, it's just because you know what? If WWE was doing this, because
This
we've
is your
said it
company.
before,
This is what y'all wanted. So
I've said this before, and I'll say this shit again. If anybody from WWE was acting the same way that Tony Khan acts on social media, y'all would be dragging their asses through hell, mud, broken glass, and fire.
Yep.
But for some reason, Tony Khan does it, and y'all allow it. Or you guys interact with him. He feeds off of this shit. He's
It just blows me away how
a
like
40-something-year-old man acting
people
like this
make
on the
excuses
internet.
for his fuckery. That blows me away.
They what?
It blows me away how like fans they make excuses or justify his fuckery.
They always got to move that goalpost. They got to move that goalpost because you know WWE can get it. WWE will have to do an 85-yard field goal. But if it's AEW, they have 5 yards to do, or 2, or 1, or 0.
I
mean,
don't get it. I've never gotten it. So
Ooh, I can't get Twitter to work. People are pissed. Best pay per view of those.
This would have been okay with MJF. I feel like the match card was so massive. It was so long. Like
it's midnight and this pay-per-view just went off.
It's just ending.
They had
Wow.
15 matches.
Nope.
One, yeah.
Started at 7.
WrestleMania don't even have 15 matches.
And some of them were like 3 to 4 minute matches. Some of them were 5-minute matches, 3 minute matches.
WrestleMania don't even have 15 matches.
I
They
was
have
just
like
Jesus.
8.
Goodness me. Like, y'all.
If that many.
Oh my God.
Seems like MJF got a better standing ovation than fucking Punk in Punk's hometown.
Oh, that's fucked up.
No, it ain't.
No.
It's his own town.
Why did they have that match? Why did they have see this is the shit that doesn't make sense. Why did they have that match on Wednesday? Why did they make Mox the 2-time AEW champ, the first 2-time AEW champ, all this fucking pomp and circumstances just for him to lose it? Mox, you don't need the title anymore. And if somehow, way, shape, or form he caused MJF not to get this title, I'm gonna be super fucking pissed.
I don't think that's gonna happen. MJF's gonna get that belt.
They're like worst kept secret of the night.
MJF is the guy who stays in like character, right? That's
yeah. Here's the thing. MJF stays in character. He stays in character whether it's on shows, interviews. I mean, there's been a few times in interviews that he
broke character.
Yeah, but that's because when he talks like something personal that's gone on in his life. But like meet and greets and shit, he always stays in character. He's always a pompous asshole. But here's the thing. He's one of those guys that when he's not working, you don't hear shit from him.
That's true.
You don't hear a goddamn word because he goes home, he does his thing, he pisses people off on Twitter, which I absolutely live for, but he does not get his ass in trouble. He don't say any, I mean, he says some wild shit, but he doesn't say anything like super horrible.
That sounds like very old school.
It's not disrespectful. It's more social media thing.
Yeah.
You know, he models himself
he's not
after.
out there.
He
He's
models
not out
himself
there
after
trying to be
Piper.
on some Trump bullshit or nothing like that. You're not gonna find that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Roddy Piper was like that too.
Yeah, Piper's his idol.
Roddy Piper was very much like that.
Like, and then like he does when he does
back in the 80s.
But when he does do stuff, it's like he uses when he does go out of character, he does stuff like he was very vocal about being part of Black Lives Matter and saying, you know, if you're a racist piece of shit, you suck, you know, going after anti-Semites. Like he's a good guy. he plays a great asshole on TV. Like, I love this man for some fucking reason, but he's so not like that. Look, Mrs. Rhodes, you ain't got room to fucking talk, okay?
Not Cody.
Oh,
Kick
she
my ass.
loves Cody.
Kick
Yeah.
my ass. I like Cody. I
Tiffany.
think Cody's
She
cute.
thinks she loves him. She wants to marry him.
I'm still in
You
the
know what it
room.
is with Cody for me?
I like
But that's
Cody.
not the dark hair, though,
He
apparently.
gets me. He gets me when he talks about his dad. Like
Yeah.
it's the way he talks about him that it gets me. And I'd be like, damn, like I don't like you, but I like you. But
You know what got
I don't like you. I don't.
me is when he did his first promo when he came back to the E, and he was talking about, because he can get you with them promos, and he was talking about how everything he's doing from here on out is for his daughter because his daughter's watching him. I'm like, God damn, could you make this a little bit more less personal, Cody? Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's easy to say that when your daughter's name is Liberty.
Stop.
We gotta
Okay.
leave Liberty. We gotta leave Liberty Bell alone for a while, okay? Liberty and justice
Stop
for all.
it.
We gotta leave her alone, okay?
Yeah, he took off the mask. He
They-
came out without the mask on, and
So
then he
when did
won
he
the
do
right.
that though?
Huh?
At the end of
When did he do that?
Mox's
Because
match.
It was at the very,
Oh.
very end, right after CM Punk won. Everybody's cheering. Punk's still in the ring, and then he came out with no mask, but all the getup of that Joker character who just won that poker chip.
So wait,
Yep.
the winner of or like whoever gets the poker chip, they get a title opportunity. Is that what
Right.
Pretty
that
much
means?
like their version of Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but there's
Oh, okay.
this. It's like because it was a ladder match. So yeah, Alexis
Oh,
is right.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a casino ladder match, and whoever won the ladder match won the right to challenge the champion after All Out. So MJF sauntered into that match as an unknown. He was unknown in the fucking match.
I think it was him. I knew it was him because I watched it again, and he does that thing where when he gets into the ring, he does that little turnaround, like that little spin, and the guy in all black did that. I'm like, that's MJF.
Yep, it was MJF.
Like, can you not be like a fucking asshole for once, good sir? Like, Jesus Christ, it's Sunday.
I don't have a problem with this per se. I don't have an issue. It's
I
just,
honestly don't give a fuck. I'm just
right,
asking
I know.
because
it was just stretched out. And it's just
I don't
like,
give not a fuck.
I'm like, okay, good for you, bro.
Done.
Don, are you high?
No, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that explains
You can tell by that laugh.
it.
Very much so.
But like, yeah, people are not happy. I'm looking at Twitter right now as it's updating, and ooh, people are pissed. Yo, someone actually.
This was what they wanted.
Well, someone
Yep.
just wrote, "I can't believe I spent money on this bullshit."
Well,
How you can't believe you spent money?
Mhm.
better them than me.
We in
I
a
know that much.
recession, homeboy. I ain't got money for that shit. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you watching Moxley.
I
lick
wouldn't pay
somebody's blood on
$57.
national TV.
Well, no, that's a
Y'all
lie.
some nasty
Yes, I would.
motherfuckers. I can tell you
But
that.
I'm not
See, like, I was getting
Yeah.
back into Mox until he started eating people's blood again, and I'm just like, no.
Not with no
That's-
fucking pandemic and bitches got monkeypox and shit, and
yeah,
it's
no.
fucking COVID out here. Now flu season is coming, and you
These-
out here licking people's blood and shit.
And
Get
there's
the fuck
supposed to be
outta
like
here.
another variant coming in the winter time too. Nah, I'm good.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. I'm good. Nope.
I'm just gonna
No.
stay in my house. I ain't gonna do shit.
I had COVID for the second time. I'm like, I'm good. Like, no, thank you.
Girl, I don't know if I had COVID or not, but I woke up the other day and I felt better than I had in like a fucking week. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, now, nope. I was like, nah, I'm good.
The plus side is my
No.
school's selling COVID tests for like $10 a test. So I mean that's something.
Yeah, COVID tests are so expensive. I was like, wait a minute. Ain't them shit supposed to be
Like
free?
pregnancy tests at Walmart are 85 cents for the Walmart brand, and they work just as well
Not
as the name
85
brand.
cents for the Walmart brand.
Hey, I had to pay that 85 cents a couple times because a few times Harley could have had a brother or a sister, but you know, just
Ooh, I know that's right.
So I'm like 85 cents. Hell yeah, just let me like Oh my god,
I've taken a dollar store pregnancy test before.
They work well too.
They do, and I was like,
yeah.
whoo!
It's
Dodge
always the
that
best
one.
because it's like after you take the pregnancy test, like the next day you get your fucking period and you're like, Jesus fucking Joseph, thank you.
God damn.
Like
It's true though. It's true. It's
you're
true
just like, Jesus
because like
Christ, where were you?
it's true. No shade though, because I was a little scared. Like
The
this
one
cycle, I was
time I
like,
need you to be here. Where were you?
what's happening here? What's happening here? It's like,
She was serious.
what are we doing?
No, okay. No, okay. Look, I
Nope.
love Daryl, and at the time, if this was pre-COVID and everything, at the time, if something happened, we could handle it. But we had a slight malfunction with the condom because apparently
Not a
this one got
malfunction.
there was a hole in it.
Wait. You're married and use condoms, Alexis?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm not getting pregnant. Fuck that shit.
Oh.
I did it one time. I ain't doing that shit again.
Oh my god.
Like Daryl's pullout game is good, but it's just like
damn.
No, because like me and Daryl knew someone. We knew somebody who was 45, and they were with their husband, okay, and they were they're like, you know what, we don't need to worry about it, blah blah blah. Man, they had sex one time without her being on birth control or him using protection. 9 months later, their kid came out.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm not for that.
You think I'm about to be 50?
I hear you. I just like
it means it ain't happening with us. Okay.
I hear that though, but like the day I get married, nope, take that off. Nope.
No, I've had too me and Daryl have had way too many close calls.
Take it
and
off.
We don't. I prefer it because if it happens, it happens. But now that I'm getting older and I just turned 37, I don't like the idea. What? No,
37.
Yeah, I'm 37.
Not old.
Stop.
It is to be having a kid. I'm already the oldest parent at the fucking drop off.
No, you're not.
Shit.
Yes, I am.
They lying.
No, you're not.
They lying.
You can't be.
Harley's best friend, her mom is 10 years younger than me.
Oh, stop.
I don't believe it.
Like, Jesus Christ.
They show you a damn ID and a birth certificate. I need to see proof. I want to see proof.
Not a birth certificate.
I want to see proof, bitch.
Yeah, it just we
smoking
don't
pools and drinking goddamn beer for water every day. You try to convince me that you younger than me? No.
No shade. Though, speaking of which, they showed the stats during like Braun Breaker and Tyler Bates match, and it was like Tyler Bates. I was like 24.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What?
Braun is.
It really makes you wonder what the fuck you've done with your life.
Like, what? I was like, he was 34.
Braun Breaker's like only like 23.
He's 25.
With the brush.
He won the tournament at 19.
Jesus.
25 years old.
Yeah, because Tyler Bate was 19 with NXT.
Oh, there goes my back. I'm down.
He was?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a baby.
He was 19.
Because I was.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Wow.
Baby.
When I was 19, I was dipping and doing it, honey.
Right.
I was dipping and doing it.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember
Period.
what I was doing at 19. That's probably a good thing I can't remember what the hell I was doing at 19. Go me! Thanks, Brain. I owe you a beer for letting me forget that shit.
Wow.
19. Oh my God.
I feel old now.
19. Malcolm and I just got
I
together.
was
Oh
being
my
courted.
God. Wow.
I was being courted by Jared at 19.
19.
We were
19, I
courting.
had just met Daryl when I would turn 19.
Oh.
Yeah.
Living my best life.
Shut up,
Yeah. Yep.
fetus.
Yep. I met Malcolm at 19. And he was
Aw.
18. Yep. And he was 18 years old. I was like,
Look at her. It's a mess.
I was like, oh.
My mother had me at
Yep.
33, and she looked younger than some of these other people parents. Well, some people got good
33
genes,
is
babe.
young.
My mom had me when she was 32, but that was back in 85. So
Mm-mm.
Choose best.
Wow. 85 was a time, honey.
Okay.
Well, it was 25.
I missed the 80s,
The
but I grew up
80s
in the
were
90s.
a time.
Oh, my mom.
My dad, okay, so the cool
My mom
thing
and
is,
dad got married.
my dad used to be a stockbroker in the 80s, and he actually met the
Wow.
guy who was called the Wolf of Wall Street.
Married at
Really?
86.
Yeah, he met him, and I said, Dad, because me and my dad's got some
32 years ago. my
health
mom was
shit
tall.
going on right now. So, like,
Yeah.
kind of trying to, like, just keep his brain sharp as much as possible. And I was
Yeah.
watching the movie with him, and I said, Dad, did you ever meet this guy? He goes, oh, yeah, I met him. I said,
Wow.
what? And my mom, because my mom vouched for him, she goes, yeah, we met this guy. And I said, well, what'd you think of him? She goes, I think he was an asshole.
That was
She was
a crazy
25.
time back then, too.
Daddy
Like,
was
They said
that time was crazy.
23.
my dad said everything they showed in that movie is how he actually was.
Yep.
Mine was born in 65.
Okay.
Dad was born in 63.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then my
Wow.
brother,
Yes.
I'm 7 years younger than my brother, and my brother was born in the mid to late 70s.
Hmm.
So he's 40 something now. Yeah, he's
What the hell
44.
is that?
No, my mom had me when she was 25. My birth year marks
25 is young,
my,
too.
my
Okay.
birth year. Yeah.
I'm
My
sorry.
birth year.
I have no goddamn kids.
My
I couldn't
birth
even
year
keep a house
marks
plan
their wedding
alive.
anniversary. Every year, my birthday, I was in the womb when my mother and father got married. So
Oh.
my birth year marks their wedding anniversary. So they've been married. It'll be 36 years. It'll be 37 years next year. Their anniversary already passed.
Aww.
How sweet is that? Yeah,
That's
Malcolm's
awesome.
parents have been married in 34 years, too. Like, his mom was pregnant when they got married. I was like, oh, how sweet.
I asked
How
my mom how
sweet.
long she's been with my dad, and she goes, way too damn long.
Damn.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Jesus, Mom.
I'm sorry.
But her,
She is tired.
I'm not, if you guys ever met my mom, you would know where I get half my shit from.
Oh my God.
I just,
Your mother is hilarious because she came right at it.
she don't give a shit. When I tell you she don't give a fuck what people think about her, I'm just like, and I asked her, I said, so is this not giving a shit thing that just happens when you get older? And she goes, yeah, you'll know. She goes, and she looked right at me without missing a beat. She goes, yeah, the more gray hair you get, the less shits you give. I'm like, oh, you
Yikes.
bitch. I'd like put my hoodie over my hair and like walk out the door.
It's time to go.
To close out my show, Clash at the Castle was the better pay-per-view in my opinion compared to Worlds Collide.
That's not an opinion. That's a fact.
That was a fact.
It just was a better pay-per-view. It was.
If Sheamus versus Gunther is not nominated for a fucking ESPY, I'm rioting.
I doubt it. I
It
doubt
should
it.
be because it was so good.
It was so good. She misses fucking man. I don't even want to know how much that fucking hurt getting on a plane flying back with his
But it'll
chest was
probably,
bleeding.
if nothing massive happens at Mania, it'll probably be Roman and Drew's match that would win the ESPY because that shit it was an emotional
Oh my
fucking
god,
ride.
speaking of Roman and Drew's match, I was I watched a commentary back for it like not too long ago. I was like
I was so mad.
I just think it was so funny that Theory tried to run out and do it, and he got fucking knocked in the face for his trouble.
the part that got me was like, this about to be some fucking drag. Tyson!
Cause I just knew he was gonna fucking cash in. I was like, no.
I was crying.
Jared was like, yo, he finna cash in. That's how they're gonna split the belts. I'm like, no, not this fucking way. Okay. Drew was the guy. No, get this little baby teeth bitch out of here.
Oh
I'm
god.
so mad. Oh my
and
god.
if you screaming, no!
I was so upset. I was
And then when he got the pin and Solo pulled the breath out, and dude was like, Solo!
I was like, God damn it.
So no. So Daryl asked me because he saw me watching it, and he goes, "What the fuck is she screaming about?" And I said the Usos brother showed up, and he goes, "There's another one." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "How many are there?" I go, "Oh, there's some more."
There's another one.
Turn around.
There's another one. He
At
just
least
doesn't
two
wrestle for
more.
the E.
Yeah, I told him. I said, "Jacob wrestles in MLW." He's like, "Keep his ass there. We don't need any more."
Hell yeah, because Jacob comes. Roman ain't never losing the championship.
He's like fucking Rosie incarnate.
Jacob ain't. If Jacob comes to the E, all they gotta do is put the U.S. title on Solo and put that IC championship on Jacob, and they will have dominated the entire fucking company.
My mama was like, who is that? I was like, that's the Usos brother. And she was like, what? I was like, yes. I'm like, yes, that's him. And she was like, is that their triplet? I was like, really?
Not triplet.
Really?
She don't know no
like that.
I'm like, really?
Bless her.
Really?
I watched my commentary back last night, and I forgot my phone was connected to my speaker, and all you hear is me screaming no for like 2 minutes straight.
So funny. Oh my
woke
god.
up the whole house, and Gerard just popped up out of his sleep, and I was like, "It's okay, man. Everything's okay."
Me and Don were like the last one.
And he was like,
me and Don were the last ones standing in the Zoom, and we were just like, I think like we got because we got mad. It was real quiet, and we're like, this is some bullshit. But every time we got pinned, and this is what I'm excited about wrestling again. Just me and Don in that Zoom chat. Every time that someone got a pin, we are either counting or we were going kick out, kick out.
I was like, damn, that was close.
No, but Tiffany was like, this is about to be some fucking track. Tyson!
He just came out of nowhere. I didn't expect him to hit the dude in the face. I was like, where did he come from? What?
And then Jared was like, he said, absolutely not.
I saw him like, he's like, you're not ruining this match for us, you asshole.
I was dying. Oh my god, it was so funny.
Me and Don's Twitch stream. I will do it. I have to do that on Instagram because I can't do it here on StreamYard, but I can do it on Instagram. Sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not a time frame where I have to do the podcast, which I do have to post our podcast for this week.
That is a cursed podcast. That is a cursed podcast. I blame Janae. I blame her, specifically her.
She wanted me to make her part a separate part, but I can't. It has to stay It has to stay there. So,
All I
but
wanted to do was talk about Saints Row, but no.
Janae had to bring up her goddamn dating profile, and it just went off the rails from there.
No, she's being weird because she's like, I don't know what Saints Row is. So me and Tiff are trying to explain to her. She goes, hold up, I gotta call my friend. And I'm like, the fuck, we're recording. What the fuck you mean you gotta call your friend? And then we just keep going. Then she jumps back and she's like, y'all want to see my Tinder pictures? And then she starts sending us the weirdest fucking shit. And I'm like,
Tinder?
And I told her, I said, Janae, if you don't stop, I'm gonna leave. I left. She kept doing it. So I'm like, I didn't say bye. I just left.
She has a
Tinder
dating
still a
profile. She had a dating
Yeah.
profile, and she was like, there was a picture of this guy I wanted you to see, and she sends it, and she put it in the Zoom so that me and Alexis could see it together. And Alexis was like, hell no. I'm not going to tell you what was in the picture because you have to listen to the podcast to hear it.
Oh God.
You have to hear it because when I
my
couldn't
God.
even talk because it was so funny. It was so funny.
All I wanted to talk about was Saints Row, but no. Bitch.
I mean, that
years
is
ago,
a
like
good one.
years ago, a friend of mine set me up like a profile on like one of those like dating apps, and I got like the weirdest messages from people. I was like, this ain't for me, girl. Nope. It was weird, and I was like, I can't.
I'm so glad I don't have to date anymore because if at this point I just be like, no, I'm single for the rest of my fucking life.
I have to agree.
It's exhausting.
Either single or like be a lesbian because I can't.
From what I hear, it's no better on the girls' side either.
Nah, my pansexual ass will be like, nope, I'm done. I'm good. I ain't messing with anybody. I don't want to date. Oh my God. Like, I don't like.
I can't.
It's
ghetto out here.
I'm kind of glad because I be looking at some of the shit that people be posting about. Like, what really tripped me out was niggas not washing in between their ass cheeks because they thought they was gay if they washed in their ass. And I said,
are you serious? When did that start? Because I went on dates and I dated some really shitty guys, but at least they knew to wipe their ass.
Man,
at least they knew to do that.
You know what? I thought it was just a TikTok thing. But when they started posting that shit to like the neighborhood talk in the shade room, and they would ask everybody in the comments your thoughts.
Disgusting.
These girls was coming in droves. They would have full conversations like, yeah, that shit is true. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
That's disgusting.
And no, not November. I'm like, oh no. Be nothing in November, honey. No.
Like, okay, like here's the thing. I knew a guy because I asked him because I was curious. I was like a dumb high schooler. And I asked a guy friend of mine, I'm like, no, I asked him, I said, hey, so when guys pee, do y'all just shake it or do you like take toilet paper and clean it off? Because I don't know. I don't have a dick. I'm curious. And he goes, I don't even know why I asked him. I think I was high. I think that was probably it. And he goes, guys don't wipe. I'm like, do you wipe your ass? He goes, yeah, but we don't wipe our dicks. Now he goes, sometimes if I pissed a lot and they're still on it after I do the shake, then I get some toilet paper and clean it. Because I ain't walking around with urine on my underwear for fucking the rest of the day. That's gross.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. No, but that took me the hell out. I was like, oh, get out of here.
You don't have a no nut ear. How about that?
What happened, Nicole?
I don't know. I'm finally watching NXT because I was at work literally during all of this.
No, not November. Get the fuck out of here.
You in for a disappointment.
There's no shave November too, so that kind of works in our matter also.
I got waxed.
Oh no,
before. I got waxed before I went on my boat trip, and it's like it was awful. And I was
It
like,
is awful. It is
I know
awful.
my friends my couple of my friends are trying to, they get laser and are trying to convince me to get laser. I'm like, I had an issue getting waxed, and you want me to get lasered?
I've never went waxing, never been waxing, and I'm
I got
scared of the
waxed
part.
before a
I'm
couple
scared of the
times.
part that they
It's been
face.
years. Like
Can't
it's
do
been
it.
years. Last time I got waxed, I was living in Columbus. And this is at least, so I've been here 3 years, so it's at least been 4 or 5 years.
Oof. I
just
literally
let
got.
Impact shave it.
I had the girl who did my eyebrows. This was a long time ago. I was back in high school. This girl who I didn't know. I went to this new place. I went to get my eyebrows done, and she had that wax so hot.
Nope.
I didn't realize it. When she pulled it, I had a line where she had ripped skin.
Nope.
And I had scabs underneath my fucking eyebrows for a week.
Oh my
Nope.
god.
Yeah, no,
That
I went.
traumatized. Like,
No,
I
that's
still go
what.
get my eyebrows waxed, but anything from the, like, I get my chin waxed and my eyebrows, but anything besides that, you stay the fuck away from it.
That was my
No.
problem. That wax felt so hot. I was like, this doesn't feel right. I was like, I know I haven't gotten waxed in a long time, so I'm probably like, obviously, because you know what, waxing and stuff, like you build up like an immune to the sensation base. And I was
Daryl
like,
can't.
oh, it's been a couple years since I've been waxed. I said, but this feels so hot. Like I was like, I think I put in the group chat.
Now they have like
yeah, like I was like,
they have
hot.
like organic,
it was like
organic
hot. Like,
wax now.
And I had to do shit. Like I had to go to a nail appointment, but I literally came home first so I can literally put a fan on myself before in my nail appointment.
That's
I
terrible.
knew when I was living in Tampa with my ex, somehow I became friends with a lot of strippers. And I will always remember this one girl. She asked me to take her to her waxing appointment. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And because she's like, I can't drive afterwards because I get like all over. I said, girl, that's fine. She comes out. I'm sitting there just blah, 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 blah. She comes out. This bitch is limping. And she's wearing a skirt. So she's like got her legs spread and she's limping. I have seen this bitch do tricks on a pole wearing 7-8-inch stripper heels. Never hurts herself.
But
I don't mind the waxing. The thing that bothers me.
No, hold on. She gets in the car. I said, she goes, can we go to Dairy Queen? I said, why do you want to go to Dairy Queen? She's like, I need something cold. I'm like, okay, maybe because you know her. Listen.
Wait, Alexis.
No, hold on. She gets a blizzard.
No.
And she puts it in between her legs.
Stop.
Nope.
And I'm like,
stop.
I was like, what the fuck? She goes, it really hurts. I'm like,
nope.
That poor blizzard.
Oh, a good wax shouldn't hurt like that.
I'm never getting waxed.
I don't mind the wax. What I hate is when they tweeze out the stragglers. I hate. I don't like that.
Have you guys
I don't like that.
Have you guys ever gotten your eyebrows threaded?
No, I don't have eyebrows.
I did that one time and it hurt so fucking bad.
I'm not doing that.
Why
It's not bad.
None of my social
I have a high
medias
pain
are
tolerance.
working.
Twitter's going crazy right now.
Yeah, my Twitter is not working. Twitter's not working for me, and Instagram isn't working for me.
Yeah, because everything's going crazy right now. No, I don't know how it happened. I met one girl and she's like, oh yeah, my roommate's a stripper. And then the next thing you know, I'm friends with strippers.
I got my first wax when I was 17. And then I remember the first time I met Malcolm, I would get a wax every month or so. And then I tried to do it myself once. Big mistake.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, no.
I will never do the at
My
home
friend,
waxing kits.
I
Those
want to
things
go
scare me.
sugaring next because I heard it's not as harsh.
Yeah,
So I mean,
they have
yeah,
like organic wax now. It's not
yeah,
as like painful or like yeah.
yeah.
But
So
back in the day,
my
whoop,
friend, but obviously this is like during quarantine. Like my friend, she did this to her legs. Like because you can technically do sugaring yourself, like if you know you're careful enough, but she wasn't. So she literally had like 2nd-degree burns on her.
nope.
Nope.
God.
I'm
Sugar
good.
wasn't cooled down enough. You can't do that.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
no.
No, I'm good.
I just let Jared shave me. I don't have time for that. I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not
No,
fucking
okay.
doing that. I'm like,
So,
Jared, get the razor. Get the razor, please.
so like my
Yes.
husband is
I'm
fucking
fucking
weird.
doing it.
No, like okay, Daryl's fucking weird because he can like he grew up with his sister, so nothing really phases him when it comes to girls. Like, you know, like that time of the month, nothing phases him, right? Like he like I remember when I first moved in with him, he went and got me pads because I didn't have any and my period started and he went and got them. And I'm like, you're not like he's like, I have a sister, this is nothing new to me. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh.
Malcolm doesn't like he gets weirded out by that kind of stuff.
He's like,
And I
okay.
remember like he doesn't like it. Like he's like like
I only
I
wanted
can't
my
do it.
Twitter to work so my tweet from MJF to go through.
Daryl's pretty cool because he's just like, look, you guys bleed for 5 to 7 days and you don't die. Like I'm not
I've
not
had that
pissing you
issue
off.
with AJ. AJ always called them care packages. I got chocolate, chips, candy. He got any type of pad I needed because I didn't like using tampons. So I still don't.
Daryl didn't do all that. He just left my ass alone. And I'm like, that's all.
No,
But
Jerry
Malcolm
gave
is
me a
like,
whole care package.
no.
I get everything. I have everything I like to drink, all the chips, and then some days, if he was being real nice, I give mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks.
There was good days right there.
Yeah,
like,
Malcolm's
so-
like, nah, babe, I can't. I'm
We were
sorry.
going-
And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay.
We were going somewhere. And I told Daryl, I said, okay, before we go, I need to go get my eyebrows done.
Only
This man has never seen me get my eyebrows done. And I always joke with him that I'm gonna do his when he's sleeping one day. And he's like, if you do my eyebrows, I'll divorce you. I'm like, worth it. So he's like, well, he goes, all right, well, since we're out, we'll go do it. And he came in the place where I was getting them done at. And I'm like, yeah, I just need my eyebrows waxed. So because he was getting a haircut. So we went to a place that was like the same thing. And so the guy who was doing the person who was doing Daryl's hair had the chair turned and he could see me getting my eyebrows done. And all Daryl sees is this girl pulling my skin up and putting hot wax over my eyeball. This is all he can see. And he's flinching because he knows, like, he's seen the pink afterwards. And he goes,
not the pink afterwards.
He goes, I have seen you carry a child. I have seen you do some of the weirdest, most hardcore shit. He goes, how the fuck did you not flinch when they ripped that shit off your skin? Because I did. He was flinching. And me, I'm just sitting here just like, okay, are you done? All right, cool. I gotta go. Like, and he's just like, how the fuck did you sit still? I'm like, been doing them since junior high, babe. I really have no feeling up here anymore.
Shit.
Now she don't have no feeling.
But I'm just because he was flinching. He's just like, how did you not flinch? And I'm just like, I'm used to it.
Did your tweet go through?
MJF, not MJF. CM Punk is being fucking messy.
Of course he is. What else is fucking?
Oh no,
new?
it's bad.
Oh, let me get on Twitter.
Wait, what
God.
happened?
Let me get on Twitter. I knew his ass was gonna say something smart.
I mean, Tony needs to do something because I'll be fucked up if I'm gonna let some motherfucking bitch I'm paying stop me and literally shush me while I'm trying to say something.
Ooh,
you got me fucked
there
up.
shitting. So this is from Katie Kinsey. Katie Kinsey, baby, she's on Smacking It Raw.
Bitch.
We've been on their show for a while.
Smacking it, bro. What kind of names?
They are the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.
I'm done.
Girl,
I've been on Pornhub without having to take my clothes off. Yay!
Not smacking it raw though.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
I
babe.
think it's funny. I asked him, I said, how did you guys decide to be on Pornhub? And he's like, 'cause no one else had done it. I'm like, damn, that makes a good point.
Pornhub
But
is a
she
vibe
just-
though. I ain't gonna hold you.
You ain't right.
She just wrote,
Get you some
anyway,
good
Pornhub
game.
is a vibe, honey.
Anyway, she just wrote, Punk just sitting here shitting on everybody in the company eating fucking pastries has me so beyond annoyed.
What?
Are they having a press conference?
Are they doing
Yeah.
like a press conference or something?
Yes.
Hold on. I got a clip.
Is.
Hang on.
Are you okay?
Hang on. I'll play it. Hold on. Just a sec.
Shit.
Oh, fuck. Hang on.
Oh,
why is it not fucking
you.
working? Jesus Christ.
Hold on, I got it.
Nicole got it?
Yeah, I got it. I just have to mute my TV. Hold on.
Hold on. I think I got it now.
Damn thing. What's your name, sir?
Wait,
Fuck the Pittsburgh Penguins. What
let
are you
me
doing?
turn down the Golden Girls.
What are you doing?
I made it really clear in Forbes, and I just want to make it clear again. Nick,
It's not his position to make it very fucking clear.
Ooh.
There's people
And who was this?
who sell EVPs that should have fucking known better. This shit was none of their
Who is
business.
that?
I understand sticking up
Punk.
for fucking friends. I
Okay.
fucking get it. I stuck up for that guy more than anybody. Okay? I paid his bills until I didn't, and it was my decision not to.
yeah, but I shouldn't have no commented when Nick first said it. It's my fault, and if I hadn't, it's my fault. It's my
I
fault.
appreciate
I
that.
should have
but
just
I'm-
taken it head
but
on
I'm-
because you never
but
said
I'm trying to
anything.
run a fucking business. When somebody who hasn't done a damn thing in this business jeopardizes the first $1 million house that this company has ever drawn off of my back and goes on national television and does that, it's a disgrace to this industry. It's a disgrace to this company. Now, we're far beyond apologies, right? I gave him a fucking chance. It did not get handled, and you saw what I had to do, which was very regrettable, lowering myself to his fucking level. But that's where we're at right now. And I will still walk up and down this hallway and say, if you have a fucking problem with me, take it up with me. Let's fucking...
Who is he talking about?
I can't remember. I'm trying to figure out.
Was that Colt Cabana?
It has to be.
So wait a minute. That's Tony Khan and CM Punk, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Was that today?
That was just a
That's
few
like
minutes
10 this is
ago.
like-
After the
20 minutes ago.
pay-per-view. Wow.
How did it even get to that point? What is going on?
He's being a piece of shit again. Oh, were we surprised? No.
No, but like something. Okay, like usually
Nah,
I
they
don't even know
gotta
who he's
jump
talking
him
about.
because ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way.
there's like what is
Ain't no fucking
happening?
way. I'd have whooped his ass during that press conference. You got me fucked up.
Okay, the second I heard you say,
And he's just
You
he's
got me
just sitting
fucked
there
up.
fucking letting him say this shit.
I mean, he had more
When he said
F-bombs in there
it's
than
beyond an
regular
apology,
words. I'm just trying to
I'd
understand.
be like, "But get the fuck out then."
Right? Like, what do you mean you're
Like,
trying to run
what?
a fucking company? Whose company is it?
I can't see.
What is this?
Who's running the fucking company?
I know I heard CM Punk say, I'm trying to run a fucking company. That's what he said.
Sure did.
And Tony Khan's letting him just fucking sit there.
Oh, you gotta say that. You gotta say that and send that to the group chat. I need to hear that again.
I'm trying to get the context of it though. That's what's bothering me.
I just want to know who the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, I
Twitter,
want to
I'm
know
trying
who the
to
fuck
get
he's
to.
talking to because I would have ran up on him. Fuck my job.
Period.
Fuck this press conference. Fuck these people. We're fighting.
Period. Because you don't talk to
Because you ain't
nobody
gonna
like
punk
that.
me in front and I'm not there. The fuck out of here.
And
No,
then
you
he's
fighting.
He
Word.
said the first $1 million
So
thing
you got me
made
fucked
off
up
of
on
my
God.
back
Like, get the fuck out of
when?
here.
okay,
What
I
are you
spit on
talking
that.
about?
Hold on, I'm putting some feelers out on Twitter right now. Hang on, let me see if I can get something.
I need to understand. I truly do. Because I
I'd have
don't
been like,
get
yo,
it.
meet me
Does he
outside, bro.
believe
Like,
he's the one keeping the
Right.
fucking lights on? Is
Fuck
that
outta
what he's
here.
fucking saying?
Talk about on his back.
I don't know
He
who
just
he talking
got
about.
there.
Fuck
That's what
outta
I'm
here.
saying. Tears.
Fuck
I'm
that.
like, who?
Because Nicole said we need
are.
You talking
no
to?
for real.
Yeah.
Girl, man.
No,
Get
dead
outta
ass
here.
like dead ass though. Like you talking like you want to fight for real. We see
Yeah,
what
no,
you
we
do
would
in
have had to
UFC.
fight. No, for real.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm hyped for whoever this is because ain't no way. We would have been
Niggas
fighting.
get killed for less, my guy. I beat your ass.
Whether this will work or
Journalism
not,
shit,
like
nigga.
I don't even like who you talking about. They don't got reporters there. Like
They say
ask the
he
question.
talking
Is
about
like
Scott Colton, but then
like
others
who
saying
you talking
it's
about?
Hangman.
Page.
And others say it's Ron Francis. So it's three.
I
Who the
don't know
fuck
who
is
none of
Ron
them people are.
Francis?
What you
I
say,
don't know who
Alexis?
none of these people are except for Hangman.
He's going off about Paige.
I don't know. There's no definitive answer.
You ain't coming for my anxiety-riddled millennium cowboy. I'm about to fuck you up, old man.
Nah, Hangman and the Bucks need to jump him because ain't no fucking way.
I
Kenny
don't know
needs
who
to
it's
fucking
about.
jump him.
They need
Hold
to
on,
jump
hold
him.
on, hold on.
Oh, how fast can we get to Chicago? I'm not
Man, hell no, I
joking.
ain't
I'm
finna
gonna
go
fight
nowhere.
this old ass man. Somebody better hold my shit. Hold my kid. Someone better raise my kid for me because I'm going to fucking jail.
They said Tony Khan just sitting there next to Punk during this
He
press
looks
conference.
fucking stupid.
He's fucking calling out some shit.
He got no control over that company no more. It's a
Oh,
wrap.
they said he buried Wrestling's Finest. Said Punk just buried Omega, the Bucks, Hangman, Adam Page, Colt Cabana, and Tony Khan in this press conference. They said it's absolutely embarrassing.
I can't believe it.
Because
This is fucking nuts.
This is wild compared to All Out last
Is this
year.
live
Like, it's
somewhere?
in shambles. Like
No,
so many
it's on
people,
Twitter.
so many
It's on
people
Twitter.
were complaining
I'll have it
about
on
how
the Back of the
boring it
Cat
was.
podcast.
I don't understand where this is coming from.
Girl,
his ego.
Girl, they better be scrapping backstage because ain't no fucking way.
Right?
I'm not gonna let no
Nah.
grown-ass man with fucking prison tattoos say this shit about me.
Okay,
I want to know who he's talking
I
about.
think I found some definitive information. It says Punk calls out the EVPs for planning the story, says they couldn't manage a target, says they should have fucking known better and they shouldn't have done that. He understands sticking up for his friends he used to for Scott Colton. Punk
But
now
who?
shitting on Page for going into business for himself on that promo. Says we're far beyond apologies and Page jeopardized $1 million house here. Punk is absolutely infuriated, swearing, only referring to Colt as Scott Colton. Tony is uncomfortable, pointing out he told Forbes this week Punk had nothing to do with Colt going to Ring of Honor. Punk says Tony shouldn't have had to. Punk says when Scott Colton sued him, he asked to talk to him. He was denied. He asked for mediation. He was denied. Punk offered him money. It wasn't enough. Punk again says Colt sharing a bank account with his mom tells you all he needs to know.
Oh, hell no. I fucking called this shit.
He said, I can't express how angry. He said, I can't
he sent
express
us the
how
whole
angry.
thing. Shout out to Brian H. Walters.
Yeah,
right?
He said, I can't express how angry Punk is. He is fuming. He also is eating a muffin as he's ranting.
Not a muffin.
And now it is now plugging the place that made him. What the fuck is this? People asking about MJF and Tony is giving generic wrestling answer, and it amazes me that Punk has done to MJF what MJF did to Wardlow at the last pay-per-view. No longer a story. Punk keeps going after the EVPs, talking about how they tried to fuck him over by planning stories with their internet friends, trying to get people to hate him. Biggest takeaway from this, Punk probably not working with the elite anytime soon. Punk is so fucking mad that the people asking questions are audibly nervous and scared. Punk says he's wearing Danhausen's boots, a true story. He's been having a hard time finding shoes that fit and have the stability he needs. Danhausen offered his, and they magically fit and work like a glove, so he owes him more money.
Punk just apologized and asked the question asker if he's scary right now. I like you. Punk says he's tired of working these pricks. Earlier, he talked about Tony keep matching him up with people he hates. Oh my God.
Yo, that's bad.
Punk says the grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it, and MJF shits on it. Punk also expressed earlier anger at people in AEW who don't want to look for advice from vets. Punk just said there's so much drama backstage. I fucking knew it.
See?
Punk praises Adam Cole, calls him a sweetheart. Meltzer asked about Punk's foot injury. Punk says what he said in a recent promo about it was true. He calls him an idiot. He calls himself an idiot for stage diving. Didn't know it was broken at first, but it didn't feel right. Pulverized the bone. Surgery was supposed to be an hour. It was far longer. Calls it the worst injury he's ever had. Basically, he has a new foot now. He's 100% now, but like he said in the promo, it's a new 100%. Punk says he was bedridden. And he goes on to talk about his foot injury. He says Punk asked Brian Alvarez if he's mad at him. And Punk says, I'm a little mad at you. Can I just say, I'd like to thank the entire wrestling media for taking the Punk heat off of me. Punk calls out Alvarez again, saying he saw a video where Brian talked about the Hangman promo, and Brian was so incredulous that Punk went into business for himself. I am. What the fuck just happened?
Wait, so why? I could have sworn he owned Ring of Honor. So why are you mad he left?
He doesn't own anything. You're talking about Tony Khan?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they made it seem like Tony purposely moved Colt to Ring of Honor to keep him away from CM Punk.
And people were saying that for a minute.
I told y'all. I fucking told y'all.
Jesus, like
no one wants to listen to me though.
He just unloaded at a fucking press conference.
And Tony's just sitting there looking like, oh, I can't stop him. Yes, you can.
What
I don't know if you realize this, dude, but you own this fucking company.
That looks so bad.
That is very, very, very unprofessional.
I wouldn't be shocked if Tony got a call from Warner.
Oh, there are, and you know what? They're already part of that possible Warner Brothers Discovery thing. So, you know.
That is true. He was being a bitch eating a muffin.
Wanted a muffin. Now I don't want them anymore. He killed my love for muffins.
This is fucking insane.
Why did I go out there and say that shit? Why you gotta talk about Colt like that?
It's like he was waiting for the perfect opportunity to do it.
They just laid and just firing off shots.
He just unloaded. They said he just fucking unloaded.
Then what the fuck? What's this gonna do? What is this gonna do? Tony Khan just sit there and let him rip most of his guys to shreds.
His executive. I bet Cody is fucking.
Cody is would be. Oh,
he's like, man.
So I think I found the beginning of the thread. It said Presser is here, and it started abruptly, and Punk is pissed off about someone asking about Colt. This is where it got started.
Why was anyone asking about Colt?
They said, "Are you friends with Scott Colton?" Reporter says no. The Punk asked him, "Are you friends with Scott Colton?" The reporter says no. He says that makes two of us. Then he says, Punk says they haven't been friends for 10 years. He visibly is infuriated. He says he brought a guy with him that didn't want to see him at the top. He says he paid every bill for him. He has all the receipts. Pope quotes an email from Colt saying he didn't have to pay, and then says Colt only wanted to drop his lawsuit against him when they found out he shared a bank account with his mom.
Why has he got to put the man's laundry out there like that?
I don't know, but this is fucked up. They said Punk calls out the EVPs for planning the story, says they couldn't manage a target, says they should have fucking known better and shouldn't have done that. He understands sticking up for his friends he used to for Scott Colton. And then it just goes from there.
Hell no.
It's a pudding at the seams.
Fucking
You know what's
Like
real,
that
you know
said
what's
it
real
was.
messed up about this is that this is gonna overshadow like the actual good matches that they had.
Yep.
That's what's the sad part. Like this is your mania.
Or
This
maybe
is
this
supposed
is
to be your
a work
biggest
because they
fucking-
knew that the pay-per-view was trash
No,
and they need something
no,
for people to talk.
This is
No,
not good.
Punk is
This
not
is
a team
terrible.
player. There's no fucking way he'd do that.
No, it couldn't be a work because if it was, they would be putting MJF over. And he didn't even get the best part. The only time they mentioned MJF was when he said MJF be shitting on everything.
And that's not even nothing bad. People have said worse things about MJF in kayfabe.
That's the only time he was mentioned. So the best part about the show, which was MJF basically coming back to stake his claim to the title, it's going to be overshadowed by this, which I just can't help but think that was done on purpose.
Would it surprise you?
He did that shit on purpose. And that's the fucked up part. But that goes back to me telling you that he's always been a selfish SOB. He's been that way since his WWE days, and he's never going to stop. He's never going to stop. He's never going to stop. That's fucked up. Because if you cared about the locker room, then you would understand MJF's plight because you were bitching about the same thing in the E. Your ass was crying
And wouldn't do
for
shit
months.
like that, right?
They need to jump him.
Cole needs to jump his ass.
No, they need to jump
ruined
him.
it.
He can't get to his car without help. They need to fucking jump him. Ain't no fucking way. I could be an hour away and I would turn my fucking car around to whip his ass.
You would, and I love it.
I would if I was on a plane, I would pull out the hatch, be like, we got to land this plane. I gotta go fight somebody. Ain't no fucking way. I ain't going out like that.
I need the video for this conference. I need to fucking see it.
Go on our Twitter.
It's on Twitter.
I'll send it. Brian H. Waters sent us the whole.
It's not on YouTube anywhere.
I think it's on
like
YouTube.
It's not streaming somewhere live. Oh,
he sent us the link. Okay,
yeah.
Let me see.
People are going
to put it
crazy.
in.
Why the fuck did he feel like he had to do that? Be the bigger person and you didn't have to fucking bring up Colt. You didn't have to bring up fucking. You could have done what Roman did. He pulled a Marshawn Lynch yesterday.
Hang got the fuck ASAP.
Hell yeah.
You could have just done
Roman
that.
said, I ain't got nothing else to say.
I'm not here. So
That nigga straight up.
Hang on.
Acknowledge.
Woman was like, acknowledge me.
Get the fuck out.
All right, hang on, guys. Hang on, listen. I think this might be the same clip. I'm not sure, but listen.
I would have been on my knees, like, I acknowledge you.
Bitch.
Oh,
Why isn't my volume working? Hang on.
Bitch. I'd have been on my knees.
This is a mess.
I apologize. But what did I ever do in this world to deserve an empty-headed fucking dumb fuck like Hangman Adam Page to go out on national television and fucking go into business for himself? For what? What did I do, Dave? What did I ever do? Tell me. Didn't do a goddamn thing. What's my name, sir? Dalton D'Angelo? Fuck Pittsburgh. What are you doing? I'm from Pittsburgh. I made it really clear in Torb, then I just want to make it clear again. It's not his position to make it very fucking clear.
He sounds like a bitch.
Yes.
That was Tony saying that about Forbes, and then that was Punk saying that's not.
He sounds like a whiny ass little bitch.
Why did he even?
What did I ever fucking do to deserve? Shut the fuck up.
You want to list? Because we have receipts, bitch.
He's such a fucking pussy.
He's such a bitter ass
Like he's
baby
that's
mama.
the word.
No,
That's
he's
the
not even a
word.
bitter. He's just literally a fucking pussy. And I
Hardy
hate
could probably
using
beat up
like
CM Punk.
the woman, like a woman's vagina as like a derogatory term, but he's literally a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why you would even use a press conference to have this type of conversation. This is fucking kitchen table talk.
If
You're
this is
supposed to be a professional representing a brand, and you're
Or the
out
leader
there.
of the locker room, right?
Yeah, what are you
you are
doing?
world champion. This is the same shit that he did 10 years ago in the WWE.
12
10
years
fucking
ago.
years. Nothing has changed.
I do not understand this at all. This is insane. I'm floored. He gotta do better than this.
I'm
This is
befuddled.
somebody wrote this on.
Yeah, I
you
would tell him
grown.
cut his mic. Cut his mic,
You
go in the shower.
right.
Supremely disappointed. This is what Twitter's saying. One's like, CM Punk is on his way to ruining AEW. He really thinks all this is because of him. What a narcissistic piece of shit. Dude had months to say this, but waited all this time. Punk saying he's running a business. Another person saying, supremely disappointed in the person CM Punk chose to be tonight. Maybe the naysayers have always been right about him. More disappointed in Tony Khan, who sat there and let him talk shit to so many top stars and management.
This is y'all savior. I told you he was gonna do it. I fucking told you.
I mean, he's always going to have his dick suckers, but like,
I
CM Punk
told
said
you
that
the night that he debuted, I told you that he was gonna be his own undoing. I fucking told you.
CM Punk says Young Bucks and Kenny Omega couldn't manage a target. I'm sorry. Hold up. You mean fucking Kenny Omega, who has done more with his career than you have done because you took your fucking ball and went home.
The captain always goes down with the ship.
I'm gonna send the link to you so you can watch
The
it.
captain always goes down with the ship, honey.
You took your ball and you went home because you wanted to be treated like John Cena, but you didn't prove to them that they could trust you like they trusted Cena.
This right here is fucking proof. Like, cause you an emotional
would never
bitch.
do this shit. He may talk shit, but he would never do it like this.
That's because you an emotional bitch.
This is embarrassing.
Like, this is fucking nuts.
This is fucking embarrassing.
Well, Tony Khan, that's your fault. Your fault, bitch. That's what you get. And what really proves that you are nothing, that you ain't got no nuts, my nigga, is that you let this motherfucker sit here and say he's running the company. Like, you pretty much are just the figurehead. You ain't nothing but the money. So CM Punk is telling you what to do. He got your dick in his bag. Cool. We all know what's going on here.
CM Punk was CM Punk was one of my all-time favorites, and I was so excited to see him come back last year. Even for the show, I didn't watch that often. But man, I genuinely couldn't care less. Listen. But man, I genuinely couldn't care less about that guy anymore. Dude is a complete dweeb. Fuck CM Punk.
Ooh.
Someone fucking tweeted that if anyone has a problem with me in quotation marks, they said shit is so funny because he cannot fight.
No. Take his ass back to Cleveland. We'll beat his ass in Cleveland. It'd be fitting. This is so unprofessional. Like not even from a wrestler's like a wrestling fan. How can Tony Khan sit there? I'm getting secondhand embarrassment for him. How could he fucking sit there and let this man say that?
This is what happens when you have someone who is egotistical, selfish, self-centered, narcissistic person who thinks the sun doesn't set until he wakes up. This is what happens. It's falling apart at the seams and it's blowing up in his face. And he's sitting there because what is he gonna say? What is he gonna say? What is he gonna
Good
say?
child.
He's sitting there looking like an idiot. This is why no one takes you
He's got a
seriously as a
bag of
businessman.
sodas. He's got a
You
bag of
really,
sodas or like LaCroix water or some shit in front of him that he's stacking up. And then he's eating muffins.
this is just.
It's so weird.
I was never a fan of CM Punk like that, but like I will give
I
him
never
props
liked
in
him.
certain
Young Bucks will
areas.
earn my respect if
But
they stomp out CM Punk.
What'd you say, Terry?
I don't like them either.
That was just
I
a
give
tweet.
CM Punk respects in certain areas. Like I gave him his props when he talked about the whole Sasha Naomi thing. I give him his props when he talks about like women's rights and all that stuff. But shit like this reminds me as to why I just was never a fan of his. I just didn't get it. I didn't get the hype. I still don't get the hype, and it's because of shit like this. Like this is not a pipe bomb. Like this is a tantrum. It's embarrassing.
It's a grown ass man throwing a tantrum, and he's taking the opportunity to go against people that he does not like. Like you can't do that shit, man. If it was anybody else who came out here and did that, we would all be waking up tomorrow saying this guy got his fucking walking papers. But this guy gets to be world champ. This is y'all's failure. This is y'all's world champ.
He could cut a promo on somebody and cut them down. And from what I hear, what Hangman said wasn't that bad. So why is it different?
He didn't like what Hangman said because everything Hangman said was 100% correct about him, and this fucking proves it.
What did he say?
He just said that Punk was like basically saying like Punk is an entitled piece of shit, and like he can just walk into wherever he wants, and people will bow down and kiss his ass, while the people who have been here since day fucking one has to get leftovers. Like he basically was like, that's not verbatim, but that's what he was pretty much sounding like. It's like, you think you're gonna fucking walk in here just because of your name, and then Punk says the thing about Moxley that you got fired. No, you dumb piece of shit. He did not get fired. He finished out his contract and he left. And he still has an open door policy with WWE. They're like, when you want to come back. We'll be here for you. You have a picture on every fucking like exit of the arena saying, do not let this man backstage.
Sorry.
Like your ass is never coming back. Because you really think if any weird way, shape, or form, Punk came back to WWE with the people in the locker room they have now, you got your Romans, you got your Seth, you got Cody over there.
Roman don't like him.
Roman don't
like him at all, and
they all don't like him.
Vocally said like, no,
they don't like him.
I wouldn't spit on that man if he was on fire.
And they also don't like how he would always disrespect the fucking Miz all the time for no reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially those newer guys, like they don't fuck with him. They don't like him.
No. Because he is pretty much everything that people like. So think about it. You got Roman who don't like him, Seth don't like him. He's burned bridges with Kofi, he's burned bridges with Corey. A lot
Corey.
of the women. Yeah, well, him and Corey. No, Nicole was saying this on the podcast that him and Corey used to be friends, and then when he left,
Kofi, Corey, and Punk were all really good friends. Like they used to ride together, and they would they would room together too.
So they were pretty close.
Yeah.
Fuck Corey.
Or so they
Well,
thought.
yeah, but
yeah, he's trash, but not like in this particular moment.
But he said the same thing Kofi said. It's like when Punk left, he like cut off communication with like everybody because like she was Nicole was saying it on the podcast. He was like, hey, I'm in the same like state as you are, blah blah blah, like you want to meet up, and never heard back from him.
Nah, I don't think this was a work. I'm looking at Tony Khan's body
It doesn't
language.
sound like a
and
work.
He does his
doesn't
body
sound like
language.
one.
He's stiff.
He was visibly frozen and could not. And CM Punk was cutting him off. It's like he doesn't know what to say and what not to say. I don't think this was a work. I think that this was real. I think they're gonna work it into a work though, and make CM Punk the ultimate heel, which is fine. But I mean, backstage, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Young Bucks need to take those knockoff Dior shoes and stomp him. They need to. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Because we wouldn't be going nowhere. We'd be having a fucking meeting after this shit.
Yep.
Like, did
I'd be
you
like,
like?
oh,
What
we
the
haven't
fuck
come
was
to
that?
Jesus meetings. What's up?
Like, I'd be on your ass. Dead ass, like, oh, yo. I'm all for you know, acting like you missed to get bad in the back, but your ass was not here from the beginning. We were the ones who built this company on our back.
There wouldn't even be no words.
Disrespect me in no fucking press conference.
There wouldn't even be no words.
I'm so glad.
on-site
So he like derailed
situation.
this whole fucking press conference for everybody.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I'm just gonna say this: Jericho is a diva. Jericho's a piece of shit. Jericho's an asshole. There ain't no fucking way Chris Jericho
do no shit like this.
Jericho would never do that shit. He would do.
This is wild.
He's the kind of guy who will talk shit about you behind your back. He wouldn't do this.
I'm just trying
He
to
wouldn't.
understand.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Why are you mad?
Sting and Jericho need to get him together because ain't no fucking way.
Tony looks like a guy. Tony looks like a goddamn clown because you're gonna let this man. You sign this man's paychecks, and you let him talk over you.
Your fault. Shit.
My dad would not have put up with that disrespect back in the day, motherfucker. I'm telling you that right fucking now.
He's too much of a punk ass bitch to do anything.
But now he's just made. Now he's just made himself.
Yo, press conference is over for CM Punk.
Oh, shit.
He's gonna go hit the showers, and
I would have cut that mic off.
We're gonna table this conversation because he's obviously upset, and that's it. He wouldn't be talking. And I put my hand on the mic like, you need to go now before you make this worse.
That you do the universal thing because he's not paying attention to Tony. Anytime Tony could have done that, the thing where you hold your fingers up to your throat and you're making like the cut it off sign. Like,
but the thing that gets me, you wait until a press conference. You couldn't even step to me like a motherfucking man and tell me to my face.
What a joke.
Man. This too real for this to be a work. I'm sorry. Even if it is a work, this is fucking wrong. And the reason why
nobody is that good of an actor.
No.
It could be a work. Nobody.
Nah, I don't like it.
He was way too upset. Someone was like, I think it's not to know he was upset. That ain't a work.
No.
Like, how you get that mad over some shit? I thought y'all squashed the shit.
Someone need to whoop his ass.
Yes.
For real. For fucking real.
Billy Gunn or somebody back there need to whoop his fucking ass. Because ain't no way.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Because you're fucking with people's money now.
Well, as long as
talking about how
that's all that matters.
And Adam Page, y'all look ridiculous. You look ridiculous.
Colt Cabana's a fucking sweetheart. No one talks shit about Colt Cabana. He's literally everybody's fucking dad.
That's fucked up. He was mentioning his mom, though. That was really fucked up.
I'd be like, at least his mom loves me. What's your fucking excuse?
Ooh,
bitch.
Yep.
Oh no, you want to bring someone's mama into it? I'm gonna bring your mama into this. How you think that shit?
I'd go straight to fucking hell. I'd be like, oh my god, I would have dragged him. I would have dragged AJ. I don't know none of his family. I would have looked up his family on Instagram, dragged his family.
Yep.
Be like, oh, you straight edge, but isn't your sister an addict?
Bitch.
No, literally, I would say some shit
Well,
like that. No,
did you
I'm
pay
not
for
playing
your
with you no
sister's
more.
latest rehab stint?
Jesus.
I'll go. And you want to go low? I'll go low, bitch. Don't think
I'll
don't
drag
think
you to
I
fucking
won't.
hell. Yep.
Yep, I would drag his ass to hell.
If I'm
Goodness
going to hell,
I
I'm
said
taking
that's why
you
I'm
with
gonna go
me.
fuck your wife, you fucking bitch.
Damn.
Dragged him. I would have dragged him to hell. Don't play with me.
And that's on period.
Oh my god.
But then
In
again, we all
shambles.
know. I'd be like, well, we all know you're a 3-minute guy anywhere. So I mean,
Nope.
that is so.
I just don't like. I just don't like it.
Nope.
It's.
This is so disrespectful. I
No,
just
because
like
I don't play about my mom. I would have. No, we would have fought.
exactly.
And
Don't talk shit about my mom.
play about my
Because
mom.
I'm gonna hurt your feelings if you talk about my mom. Whoever brings the moms up, that means we're allowed to talk about your mama too, and your addict sister apparently. So
Yeah, it'd be a whole
you want to bring up
Seth
my mom? I'll hurt your
there.
fucking feelings.
No, I would have been like, that's why your junkie sister sucked my dick for some cracks.
She'd probably burn the fuck out of Matt Riddle.
Nah, that's Seth Rollins shit, bitch.
No, I'd be going like old school ECW where I'm like, I'm gonna fuck your sister and then pimp her out.
No,
Damn.
Seth Rollins.
Fucking Eric
No,
Bischoff
Seth Rollins
is having
called
a
Matt
time of
Riddle
his
a
life
bitch like
because
4 or
he
5
kept
times.
telling-
He sure
He
did.
kept telling fucking Tony, he was like, you need to watch it before you end up with the circus that you can't control. Like it happened to me and happened to Paul.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Someone put this on Twitter. It's like Tony Khan is seeing everything he's worked for falling apart, mainly because he was so worried about being the anti-Vince guy, but now Vince isn't there. He doesn't know what to fucking do, and now everything's going to shit. You a 40-year-old man. You a 40-year-old man letting someone disrespect you on a fucking press scrum.
I'm so goddamn floored by this. This
You know
is
what?
so left
Oh,
field.
and I just got something from my business class. Write a presentation about how something is considered unprofessionalism in the business field. Thanks, Phil. You just made my assignment a hell of a lot easier.
She is a mess.
No, I'm serious. I'm gonna fucking use this. I'm gonna be like, look, I know wrestling, and I'm gonna say wrestling has very blurred edges, but no, everything like, and I'm gonna mention that he is difficult to work with, and he's always been because like, and this is what I tell people, and when I say it to them, it like really like you see their head start exploding in the inside. He was gone for 10 years. Edge was gone for 9 years. When he came back to the Royal Rumble, he got the fucking standing ovation that he fucking deserved. And he's planning on retiring. He had a reason to be gone for 9 years. Your excuse was because WWE killed your love of wrestling.
And
Bitch,
then
I can understand.
UFC and got fucked up.
I can understand. I can understand taking like a year or two off because then you're trying to get your shit together. But what the fuck have you done for wrestling in general? Because anytime someone talked to you, the only thing you talked about was your shitty experience in WWE. But meanwhile, people are saying, well, he's just an asshole and he made things difficult for himself. Like, you ever notice when like WWE guys go on like talk shows, they're dressed up like super nice. They got the suits, the hair's done, especially the women. They're all dressed nice, whatever, right?
True.
So Punk was supposed to go on like Conan O'Brien, and he was wearing like cargo pants and like Converses and like some band shirt. And Undertaker came over to him and he's like, hey, maybe you should just dress a little bit nicer because you're going out representing your company on late night TV. And Punk looks at fucking Undertaker, and he goes, why don't you mind your own fucking business? I was like, that man should have decked your ass and he wouldn't have gotten in trouble for it.
What kind of TV we got? Like LG or Samsung? Vizio.
What's that noise in the back?
That's their king, though.
Nicole might be using her microwave. It sounds like.
Yeah, sorry. I got
That's
some
just,
food.
it's disgusting. It is fucking disgusting. And people are still going to suck his dick. Like, what is this? Now they're showing Swerve and Keith Lee and Tony sitting between them, and he looks just so.
I can't feel bad for you because this is what you wanted. And everybody was telling us that we was being fucking haters. And I was trying to tell them that this is exactly what we were talking about. And nobody was listening. So I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for you because all you had to do was listen to the people who was talking about it. And listen to the people who experienced it and lived it. But you didn't fucking do that. So you get what you pay for. I'm sorry.
Someone on Twitter, I hope everyone who's ever main evented a WrestleMania has a great night.
Aww. I hope Miz is sleeping good.
Me too. Well, I mean, look who he's married to. So, I mean.
Well, okay. Wow.
He's sleeping pretty good. He's in his nice house with his daughters and his hot ass wife. He's doing good. He's doing fucking good.
Someone tweeted the other day that Miz has never taken an L in real life. I said facts.
Never has. I would love to ask him about the shit that he did when he was at Woodstock 99, though.
Yeah, I would like to know.
I'm like, did you get involved?
How'd you get
streets, honey?
Yeah, like, did you get involved with the mud people? Did you do some illegal shit? Just want to know. Just yes or no, good sir. I mean, statutes of limitations have fucking ran out at this point.
I can't.
Yeah,
I want to know.
Oh, now
I want to know.
I'm gonna go because I've been live for almost 4 hours.
Well, we were about to go to sleep till fucking Phil decided to make this all about him and make it a complete shit show.
Now we got.
I had to disrupt everybody's evening.
Fucking podcast, like. Like he really went out there and did that shit.
Brian Alvarez tweeted something. Yeah.
I cannot believe he did that shit. I just can't.
I can and cannot at the same time.
That's really.
Oh, I overcooked my eggs. Oh no.
Well, everybody, y'all make sure y'all follow Down for the Count because I'm getting ready to post our latest episode. This one isn't wrestling related. This episode is our Nerd Corner. I might leave it so that it posts later this week since it's a Nerd Corner. We are going to record as soon as possible. We just have to make sure we have our schedules link up, and then we'll have a podcast about all of this shit, all of the pay-per-views. We're going to do the podcast for that.
I'm off tomorrow and Tuesday.
Okay, cool. And we can do it Tuesday then. All right. So make sure you guys follow us on our podcast on Twitter. You can follow us at Down for the Count 19. And on Instagram, you can follow us at D4TC_podcast. Also, make sure you follow We Love Wrestling on Twitter and Instagram. And he's also here on YouTube. You get all your indie stuff over there. He supports the girls. You got Women on Wednesdays over there. And he just got all the tea on all of the indie guys, the up and coming guys. Trady usually comes across him at some point if he's not one of the first to come across him. So follow him and you guys will get that stuff first and you'll be able to see some really cool matchups and a lot of Black wrestling shows which don't get the shine that it truly deserves. So if you follow We Love Wrestling, you'll get that stuff too. You can always follow me. My Instagram is down there. Twitter's down there. Cash App if you want to help support because I do have to pay for StreamYard. So you can help support me. And you can also follow my makeup YouTube page, which I'm going to start posting on very, very soon. All right. So I am going to be Owski. I hope you guys have a good night. And yeah, it's been real. It's been a day. Nicole being upset over food is my favorite thing. She was very upset about those eggs. She said, I just wanted an easy week. Fuck you, Phil. You feel bad for Tony? I don't. I honestly don't.
You brought this on yourself.
Right. I feel like Tony Tony did this to himself, and he should have listened. He was being too much of a fan. But once I sleep on this and I can really kind of give my true 2 cents tomorrow during my live after Monday Night Raw, hopefully Raw is too good for me to focus on this shit. We'll revisit and see if any other new shit comes out by the morning. At least the Young Bucks a response, Paige a response, Colt Cabana have a response. Somebody needs to respond to this because this was fucking gnarly, okay? With all that being said, you guys make sure you follow me. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Please share my content. It helps me get to 1,000. If I get my subscriber count up to 1,000, I'll be eligible for monetization. I'll be able to monetize my videos, which I'm going to have to change a few things. But I'll be able to monetize my videos, which makes life a lot easier. I have to calm it down on the cursing, but only certain videos will I do have monetized, okay? And I'll cut the streams if things get a little weird, but you got to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I want to get over 1,000 subscribers, and I work really hard on my live, so I really, really want that, all right? I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow after Monday Night Raw, all right? Bye.
Thank y'all so much for coming and being part of my show. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on the channel. It really helps to get my content out there for everybody to see. And I feel like even though we're a wrestling channel, we talk about a little bit of everything over here when I go live. So make sure you guys follow me on my social media as well. All of my socials are the same at Sack Design TV 2. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook if you're a little nerd and you like Facebook. But don't forget to follow me and subscribe, and make sure you rate my videos and get that algorithm up to push it up so I can start being a little bit more professional, so I can start making some coins. Okay? Okay. I will talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.